Yep.
Hello.
Hello. Wasn't fully prepared, but here we are.
I mean, I only did what I remembered. You didn't check. That's all.
You wanna keep Bunko?
I mean, it could be in the way, so
Let's
maybe
take
not
it
for
away.
this.
Okay. There you go.
Cool. Now, we literally just talked about it before we went online. What did we do last time?
Yeah. Yes. So we first of all read some more reports.
Gilliman's reports?
From CERN.
Yep.
And then we went on to where they found out about all the experiments and people dying, stuff like that. And then they went on to do more experiments.
They also found the theoretical papers from CERN.
Yes.
Find out how time travel would actually work. And what problems CERN are still facing.
Yeah.
That we somehow have not had the problem with, at least for some of it. It would seem.
Wow.
But
It's
yes, as they said, sending a text message is probably way easier than sending an entire human back in time. So there's that.
And holding coma
Yep.
laughed like a mad scientist when the experiment worked. Because she had figured out what possibly what the issue was, why they couldn't get it to work before.
Time of day.
For some reason.
You can only do it in daytime between 12 and 6 p.m. Why? Who the fuck knows?
And does it care about time zones?
I don't know.
According to the Gentleman reports, no. Or yes. Yes, it does. Which means that, because they were also done in the afternoon, their experiments, in France. And that is not exactly the same time.
No, not at all.
So, unless they have something else that makes them able to do it at other times.
I'm sure they'll figure it out why time matters.
I mean, it's time travel. Of course time matters.
That's not exactly what I meant, but sure, we'll go with it. Let's say that, eh?
We're also eating in the meantime, or at least I
I mean, I'm done. I'm done eating.
Well, you had more time to eat than I did.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say anything. I just said I'm done.
Because, dinner and stuff.
Yeah. But I can also just start. If you want me to.
Yeah.
Just continuar. What's up?
Nothing.
Staring at the screen like I'm doing something wrong.
I was like, I did save, right?
Yes. In return for buying lunch, we found the Brown 2 Workshop's one and only part-time warrior standing in front of the building. Oh, fuck, wrong button. Now I did something wrong.
ジース
What's up?
なんか朝から愉快そうなことしてる
Actually, we were up all night, but that's besides the point. Shenanigans.
いかにも聞いて驚くな。俺たちは人類史にその名を残すであろうタイムマシンを作っているのだ。
Yes.
そっか
The reaction's like, alright, okay, cool, you're building a time machine. Sure.
お前もっと驚いたらどうなのだ。
No.
ま、信じられんのは当然じゃね。 僕も最初は半信半疑だったし。
True.
つうかそう簡単に秘密ばらしちゃっていいのオカリン。機密事項じゃなかった？
She probably knows anyways.
あ、しまった。そこのバイト選手よ。今俺が話したことは内密に頼む。
God, Hoyt is a fucking idiot. It's an idiot
いいけ
sandwich,
ど
that's what he is.
そうじゃなくてさ、店長がすっごくイライラしてるわけ。
Uh-oh.
というと
2階からの振動がすごくってさ、埃が落ちてくるだけじゃなくて実際に揺れるんだよね。爆撃されたみたいに。
Damn.
あいつら一体何してんだ、家賃上げてやるぞこらってぼやいてた。謝りに行った方がいいかも。
Might be an idea. He is gracefully renting us that apartment for basically nothing.
ゲゲゲ。
Poor students.
追い出されたらまずくね。
Yeah.
よし、ここは俺に任せろ。それとダルよ、助手にしばらく実験を止めるように伝えてくれ。
Oh yeah, right, she's still doing them.
了解。あんた今
Okie dokie.
最高に輝いてるよ。
Dara salutes, then raises up to the second floor.
そういや、マキセ・クリスって来てんの？
Well, back to this theme. One of the most known music themes in the entire game. Got to think of it, she did pick a fight with Kuristina yesterday.
知り合いなのか？
昨日が初見。
Okay.
初見？
But why then? Right? First contact. First contact?
あ、なるほど。
What a confusing way to put it.
初めて会ったにしてはやたら敵意をむき出しにしていなかったか？
I don't know.
支援だよ。
She's apparently Suzuha's enemy. For whatever reason. What? Barely heard her. Her voice was so low. Did she call Kurisu her enemy? That doesn't make any sense.
お、個人的な恨みがあるということか。しかし初めて会ったのに？
Yes.
まあね。
何かあったのか？
直接はないかな。
間接的というとどういうつながりだ？なんなら俺がクリスティーナに話をつけてもいい。
別にいいって。
Okay.
もしかして単なる逆恨みだったりするのか？
もうしつこい。岡部倫太郎さ、私のことより店長に謝りに行かなくていいの？
Hey. Actually, I'm getting cold feet. But I am Hoin Kyoma, the mad scientist who brings chaos to the world. I cannot falter now.
失礼する。
That's a hit. I love how the intense music suddenly came on. Even my grand entrance can't pull his eyes away from the huge 42-inch CRT.
おい、岡部。おめえ一体上で何やってんだ？
Wow, they're looking at Himichi, I think. I'm pretty sure that's Himichi. But no, it's not the time to falter.
実は世紀の実験中でしてね。
There are a few castles that are
すなわ
white.
ち人類の科学史を塗り替えるタイム。
おめえらのお遊びのことはどうでもいいんだよ。このビルのオーナーは俺。分かってんのか？ 結構ボロいビルだからよ。おめえらがガタガタ揺らすと壁にひびでもできるんじゃねえかと俺は気が気じゃねえわけ。
Yeah, it's just gonna crack and then just... It's just... Right? Better keep quiet about the dent in the floor.
ミスター・ブラウンよ、まさかこのビル耐震偽装物件ではなかろうな。
Yeah,
だった
you
らどう
dead
なんだよ。
Japan.
ちゃんと補強工事はした。だがないくらなんでもおめえらは揺らしすぎだ。
このビルの一つや二つ崩壊したからなんだというのです。
Wow. It's all for the greater good, isn't it?
あ
我らが行っている実験は何度も言うが人類の科学史、いや人類の歴史そのものを塗り替えるような壮大な内容な
I
の
love
で
that he
す。
just keeps staring at his human here. It's the same thing over and over again. Must be very interesting.
このビルをあと10年延命させるよりよほど意義のあるものだ。
Lily starts checking again as soon as I finish speaking. Daru, why are you not doing anything? Flecks of concrete start falling from the ceiling. 42-inch CRT's image goes to static. Damn it, Daru. What are you doing? But I told him to stop the experiments.
あら岡部。
It's also shaking a lot. Holy moly. No!
落ちてきたぞ。ラーメンに入ったろうがどうしてくれるんだ。
Oh no, that's the ramen.
これ以上揺らすんじゃねえ。でないと家賃を1万上げる。
What? If you raise it by 10,000 yen, we're ruined!
任せるがいいミスター・ブラウン。我がメリオにとって今日はもう揺らさないと誓おう。
Yes.
クリスティーナ、今すぐ実験は中止だ。
ごめんねおかり。今マユシリが唐揚げを温めようとしたんだけどね。
So it's your fault, Mayuri. It was her fault it was shaking this before.
ついいつもの癖で逆回転させちゃって、ついでだから放電させてみたの。
そうか。
I love how Daru's just like sitting there smiling at him like, hey, I did what you did what you told me to. Not my fault.
あんたにメール届いてるはずだけど見てないの？
Wow, you managed to finish your food. Your sarcasm is not appreciated, Christina.
You make it sound like I am not good at finishing my food.
No, it just took you longer than I expected. That's all. Suppose I do that my phone is still attached to the phone wave. Name set to change.
ふざけるな。ミスター・ブラウンに睨まれるのは俺なのだぞ。
5日も前に忠告したのに。
店長怒ってた？
Very.
殺意の波動を感じた。
Somehow the gravity of this is lost on these two girls. They know not the wrath of Mr. Brown. Ignorance is bliss.
とにかく今日はこれ以上の実験は中止だ。
ま、実験のデータは十分取れたわ。
I tell the two about Mr. Brown's cruelty and sit down to eat.
Oh my god, a new message.
Nope.
From Lukaku about frogs. Kyoma-san, are you familiar with Gero froggies? They were huge fat last year. We have tons of them at the shrine, so if you like, could you take a few off of our hands? Dad brought a whole box home for some reason. Then he said they were for me. I don't know what to do with them. P.S. I was so bewildered I couldn't do any practice swings with Samirare. Alright.
Well, too bad.
I don't have time for this! Go. You and your fucking froggies. I swear to God.
さて
I love that you got a
オペレーションウルドの実験
mail,
成果に
but
つい
your
て
phone was still attached.
この場で
Whatever.
検討してみようか
Okay. Operation Erd.
オペレーションウルドって
Yes. Can you...
That's the wrong button.
Yeah, certainly was.
そういえばどこぞの助手のせいで作戦名を披露できなかったのだったな D メールの連続送信実験それがオペレーションウルドであり
実験の成果はあった
She did not care.
D メールについて少なくとも何ができるのかは分かったから
She did that on her own.
Kurisu gets the whiteboard and... Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you say it as a whiteboard?
What?
Why wouldn't it be said like a whiteboard?
No. Kurisu gets the whiteboard.
Oh, yeah, that is how you say it.
Okay. Kurisu gets the whiteboard and begins jotting down bullet points.
Yeah, welcome to read that in Japanese.
とまあこんな感じ補足や反論は
Use modified command for microwave warming function. Reverse rotation. Force microwave door open while warming is in progress. Timing unconfirmed. Discharge phenomenon. Send mail to phone wave. Name subject to change during discharge. Conditions for discharge. 12 to 18 question mark. D-mail text limit. 12 1 byte or 6 2 byte characters times 3. Distance into pass depends on phone wave. Name subject to change. Timer input. 1 second on timer equals 1 hour into past. Contents of microwave became Jellyman. Confirmed to also teleport.
Nothing especially. She summarized the vital parts. Mayuri has her mouth half open in a blank stare. She clearly doesn't understand.
Yes, she doesn't usually.
D メールでは最大で英文36文字か日本語文18文字しか送れないというのは不便だな改善したいところだ
Furthermore, each D-mail is split into 12 character segments. If you send 36 characters, you'll get 3 12-character emails. If you try to send more, everything after the 36th character disappears.
Yep.
でもいつへ送るかの調節ができるのを発見したのはすごくね
Though we can only set it in 1 hour increments, we can control how far back the emails go by using the microwave timer.
Yep.
Okay.
As it said, 1 second
発
on
見しただ
timer
けで
is 1
満
hour
足して
into
たら無
past.
意味原理を突き止めないと
Yeah.
ここに書いたのは現象として確認できたものでしかない
原理の究明か確かにそれが分からなければ真にタイムマシンを作ったことにはならない6文字 ×3 しか送れないのは何が原因だ
ねえねえ唐揚げやバナナはゲル揚げとかゲルバナになっちゃってでもお塩はゲル塩にはならなかったんだよね
Gill salt. Sure thing, Mayuri. That's very cute.
だから略すなよ
According to Mayuri, the refrozen chicken had indeed been jellified when she tried eating it. Kurisu's prediction was right.
で D メールは18文字まではちゃんと送れて19文字以上は消えちゃうんだよねきっとねおっきなものとかたくさんは送れないんじゃないかなあもしかして
She's surprisingly sharp.
カーブブラックホールが
Curve black. Curved black hole. Oh, that's adorable.
カーブラックホールね。カーブブラックホールがだからカーブラックホール。
It doesn't matter. Kurisu.
Yeah, it matters to
ブラッ
her.
クホールの穴がきっついんだよ。
Oh, I'm afraid of what Dara will say to
Mayushi.
that. Yeah, I knew it!
もう一度やろう。
No!
穴が
No, no, no!
これはけしからん。
言わせているんじゃないアホだる。
Yeah, nope. Just continue.
穴がきつい。
Oh, there we go. We're back on
穴
track.
がち間違ってないかも。
As in the hole is too small.
Yes.
I don't think tight is the right word, but
I mean, what is something you travel through? You can say it's tight.
yeah, well, this is more. I don't know.
Tight is
probably doesn't-
not a wrong word to use here at all.
That's not what I mean. It was more that tight is more easily construed for Daru.
Oh yeah, that's clearly why that was what was written into the script.
Exactly.
But yes.
おそらくセルンのタイムマシンと同じ原因ね。リフターの調整がうまくできてないから完全には得意点を裸にできず、そのせいで遅れる容量が限定される。
唐揚げやバナナはともかく全角6文字半角12文字のデータっつうと容量は12バイトだね。
English characters are half width, so they only use 1 byte, but full width Japanese characters use 2.
Oh shit. It's a very Japanese thing. You don't think about it unless you live in Japan, basically.
No, that's not. That's not what I mean.
Oh.
It's not about the half width, full width stuff. I'm just thinking like, why?
Why? What?
Why does a Japanese character use 2 bytes?
Because they are wider. They're full width. They fill more. There's more data in them, usually. You know how kanji looks.
That's not what I mean.
Okay.
I'm thinking purely from a technical standpoint of like when it comes to byte storage and all that kind of stuff. Like, why is a full width Japanese character 2 bytes and an English half width? An English character is 1 byte. Like I can see how, because the thing.
Try to formulate yourself.
The text itself is not data.
No.
The text is comprised of
But the text,
ones and zeros.
yes. But the text is physically half or full.
Yeah.
Therefore, it would fill more.
But no, not necessarily. Because you have to remember that what matters, bytes, ones and zeros. Does a full width Japanese character use more ones and zeros than an English
I would
character?
assume so, yes.
That's the thing I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. And does it matter what English character you use? Does different English characters use different amounts of ones and zeros?
It doesn't sound like it, because it's divided
Because-
into half or full.
Because if you take data itself and take it as its simplest form, it's just ones and zeros. That's all it is. It's a string of ones and zeros.
Yeah, I know.
I forget what that's called. Binary code.
Yes,
That's
I know.
what it's called.
I know.
It's not for you necessarily. It's
No.
for everyone. Not everyone would know. You just have to agree with me. That's so. And typically, well, the problem is I'm mostly used to dealing with binary code when it comes to numbers, not characters. So I don't know, like, how many ones or how long of a string you need for characters. Because I think, is it 6? Is it 6 numbers you have when you're dealing with numbers?
I don't know.
This is a string of 6. It's either a string of 5 or a string of 6. I don't remember exactly. And depending on where there's zeros and ones and such, it gives different numbers. But
I think they're just going by like a general like treatment of characters. Someone writes here, in multi-byte character encodings before the advent of Unicode, half-width characters were generally treated as 1 byte and full-width or 2 bytes. But because we now have Unicode, that is not always the case.
no.
No.
Okay, so it's an actual thing. It's not something that just...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't really know anything about this. Really. I was just trying to think of, like, from what I know. I was like, how would that translate to, like, 2 bits? Or 2... Like, how long of a binary code would you need for the entirety of the Japanese language?
A lot.
I assume there are different binary strings for each. Alphabet. So it's like kanji is the one that takes the most because kanji is the one that has the most.
Yeah.
What about accented?
Accented?
Hiragana.
Hiragana? They're still full width.
Are they still full width?
Unless it's a small one, then it's half width. Japan is one of those countries where they kind of mix it.
Yeah, okay. But yeah. Okay, so if it's yeah, like a smaller one to indicate a continuous sound, usually. Then it's half width.
It's also compared to what encoding you use, how many strings it is to put together a character. It's the same character. It's a katakana for ya in Japanese.
This is hex code.
Yeah.
That makes sense to use a hex code actually, because
Yes.
it would
You would
be able
always pair
to.
it.
What?
You would always pair it. It's also always 2 and 2. That you see different ways of encoding. So that explains different ways of how the same character can come to be.
ISO 2022. Is that from 2022?
I don't know. I somehow doubt it.
I'm a little confused as to. Because there's only 2 of them that changes depending on if it's full or half width.
Yes.
In the amount of characters it has in its code. But it actually has to do with whether it's full width or half width. It's not the complexity of it. Because it deals with a square or a rectangle. That's basically the difference. Is it a square, like full width, or a rectangle, half width?
You also say here, 1 byte is 8 binary digits. You can show 256 different combinations. That obviously is not enough for the Japanese alphabet. But 2-byte characters, which is 16 binary digits, are able to display over 65,000 different combinations, which is enough.
Yeah. Obviously, you're not necessarily going to use all of it, but
No, but it's enough.
yeah. Yeah. So, does it have... Where is it? I think you just read.
It's right above the picture. But the whole 1-byte, 2-byte thing comes from ASCII.
Yeah. Digits. Yeah. Oh, 8. Interesting. One thing to also remember is when you're dealing in binary code, doubling the amount of binary digits you have does not double the amount of values you have.
No, it does not.
I forget exactly what it's powered by when you do that, but it's a lot more.
That's why, at least now in Unicode, a half width 1 would still be considered 1 byte, but a full width 1 would be considered 3 bytes instead. With Unicode now. So it doesn't always go that way, but I guess Zaru knows what the phones are using. I would assume that he would know that it's ASCII.
Yeah. The thing here is just that the explanation here with the amount of binary digits they use, bits, as it's always also called.
Yes, they also write bits.
Which is different from bytes.
Yes.
You need 8 bits for 1 byte.
Yeah.
Is that it is based on the amount of different characters.
It's the combinations.
Yeah, the amount of combinations that you need, and not whether it's full or half width.
Yes.
That's what this explanation is, at least is saying.
Yes, but they also say that with full width you need 16 bits. That's what they're saying. The full width system uses 16 bits. Otherwise it wouldn't have enough combinations. Oh, look at them, they're so close! Oh. Birds sit so close together. Finding anything interesting? What's up?
I should stop reading.
Oh, are you interested in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? You can read about it later.
Yeah.
But you now understand why they're saying it this way.
I don't know. There's still there's things that are a little weird.
Yes. But it's an actual thing, or it was an actual thing.
Yeah.
バイト？キロバイトじゃなくて？
Yes. Just bytes. Kurisu, just bytes.
We're talking about text. Kurisu, you're a fucking scientist.
That does not mean she knows what this is. She always deals in kilobytes or bigger, so she probably never really considered it. I think she's more surprised by the fact that it doesn't even let a kilobyte through.
If...
The black hole.
Yeah. Well... It's just if you are dealing with a document, a text document, it's usually a maximum of like tens or possibly hundreds of kilobytes.
Yeah, but you also have to remember, most people don't look at that. Especially not scientists, they ain't got time for that.
Text fills nothing.
Exactly, it doesn't fill much. It's the formatting in a Word document that fills.
Yeah.
Honestly, not the text.
Mm-hmm.
Formatting and the pictures.
Yeah. Text is nothing.
Anyways. Oh, it's...
Trying to come up with a good analogy, but...
おーっとマキセ氏はメカに弱いタイプと見た。
That too, she's also not the greatest with computers, which Ken already got.
Yeah.
She probably doesn't have a lot of knowledge on computers,
そうなんだ。
despite being a neuroscientist.
Mm.
うるさいな。バイトなんて単位は最近見ないから確認しただけよ。
Though, like, yeah, she's a neuroscientist.
Yeah,
and
she's a
if she
neuroscientist.
was ever having to deal with data, bytes.
Define data. It's bytes you're talking about, right?
Like, if you were taking any kind of neuroscience science.
You've been dealing with a giant ass fucking
Sorry.
data file.
Sorry. No. It's not what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Fuck. Stupid saliva. Neuroscience. Does it deal with what happens in the brain? Like thoughts and stuff like that?
Define thoughts.
All the electrical impulses that go through the brain to do different stuff.
I mean, some neurosciences do map out the brain, yes.
If you were to convert those electrical impulses into data, as in like, you know, kind of like the idea of copying somebody's mind
That
onto
would
a
still
hard
be a
drive.
lot of data.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm getting to it. Okay.
They do actually
I was-
talk about a part of that because she does actually map some things out. Not the entire brain, but she does actually map out the hippocampus.
But
They will actually talk about this.
I was not actually gonna say that it's not a lot of data. I was actually going to be like, well, when dealing with neuroscience and having to convert anything about the brain into data, that's a lot of fucking data.
Yeah.
That's a lot of bytes.
Yes.
That's usually not kilobytes. That's megabytes.
No, but she's probably also, you know, she's probably heard about kilobytes and seen kilobytes.
Oh,
She just
yeah.
hasn't really seen anything lower than that anymore. As you said, you don't see things measured in bytes nowadays.
No, you don't.
Not even in 2010.
Nope.
So,
Not even the zeros.
no.
Not even the 90s.
No.
Like, you have to go quite far back. Yeah, like,
Is
the
it
only
bef-
thing really is...
Is it like before floppy disks even at this point?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
like megabytes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But like, it is only really like text messaging that is considered to be such a low
Yeah.
amount of data that it's you could look at it in bytes.
Yes. Yes. But the average person, scientist or not, would never look at it, never concentrate about it, would never even think about it. So, those kind of types of places. So again, I am not surprised that she's like, you're talking about bytes, right? Not just kilobytes, because I've never heard anyone say anything about bytes for a while.
Yeah, it is not really something you hear about.
No.
You generally don't hear about things being measured in bytes.
Nope. Because it's such a small amount of data.
Yeah. But yeah, anything. When you take anything biological and having to turn it into data, it's
That'll be
always
a butt fuck ton.
it's always a lot.
Yeah. No matter how much it is. And she's working together with other neuroscientists and other scientists to map out the hippocampus, because that's your memory center, to develop AI. So
What's the smallest atom we have?
that would be, oh fuck, what's that called in English?
Photon?
Hydrogen.
What?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
That is the smallest, like,
No, that's the smallest molecule.
no, it's the smallest atom. It's an element. That is
It's
an
an
atom, yeah. It doesn't exist naturally as an atom. It only exists naturally as a molecule. But it is the smallest atom we have.
I thought photons were smaller.
Photons aren't atoms. They're particles.
Okay, particles then. Smallest particle we have.
I would think that would be quarks.
Quarks?
Yeah, I think those are the smallest we know of.
Yeah, the smallest we've measured.
Yeah, I'm not sure we even measured. I'm not sure it's anything beyond a theory at this point, actually.
Oh, I
Quarks.
thought we had found them.
I don't know.
Okay.
They're so, like they're the building blocks of protons and neutrons and electrons. So they're very, very small.
They might be considered a byte.
Maybe.
You have to go quite small for it
Yeah.
to be considered a byte.
Yeah. I don't know. I can, like, I've only heard a lot of physicists talk about it because it's very interesting for a lot of physicists. So that's why. Mainly. Let's do it here.
One thing I've always been...
I fucking love the naming physicists come up with. You got an up quark, a down quark, and a strange quark.
Yeah. I've always been kind of confused about how, you know, phone networks, like, you know, wireless phone networks have worked in the past. Because the first time you started talking about data, using data on a phone, is with 3G.
Yeah.
So
Like
that would
1G
be...
and 2G, you know, really, like...
You don't hear about 1G or 2G.
No.
Which one do you need to, like...
Oh,
Like
apparently an electron is not made out of quarks.
No?
They are discovered, though.
Yeah.
There are 6 types. Up, down, strange, charm, bottom, and top.
A text
They are
message
smaller than electrons.
would technically use less data compared to a phone call.
Yes.
By the nature of how it works.
Apparently there's also anti-quarks, of course.
Yeah, just like antimatter and stuff like that. Yeah, there always has to be an opposite.
So what is the smallest particle, you ask?
Yeah.
I think there might actually be an electron as the smallest particle. Yeah.
Electron?
Technically a photon doesn't have mass, but... Because they don't generate matter. Neither does gluons. They're just vector bosons.
Does electricity have mass?
An electron has mass, yes.
Yeah, wait, actually, no, that's a dumb question. Because with enough electricity, you can create heat.
Yeah. It has energy.
It has energy. And depending on what material you send it through, it has more resistance, and the more resistance you have, the more energy gets lost and turned into heat.
But yeah, there's a picture here of the standard model of elementary particles. But photons technically doesn't have a mass, so I don't know if you can call that the smallest one. Gluons are the same though.
But photons can be considered data.
Yeah, but they don't have a mass.
No,
But they have spin.
we use photons to send data.
Yeah, I know. But as I'm saying, they have a spin. So that might be what you're using. Photons don't have a mass.
Well, I wasn't necessarily thinking about mass, but
They don't have a charge either. But they have spin.
well, I was just trying to come up with an analogy of like how small do you have to go in the physical realm to actually get to a bite, and you have to get pretty small
Yeah.
before you can get close to that.
Yeah. I think you might have to go even smaller than quarks, honestly. Because of the way that the charge, spin, and mass is defined. They're all defined by 3 different things. Each quark. So.
Well, you can look. Well, okay. Let's see. Can we take it like this? If we look at... No, that's a little weird though. Because the further, like the longer we get.
The longer we get? With what?
I was trying to look at like if you are sending data, like how many bytes does one electron carry?
I don't think that's something you can figure out on your own right now. That would require you to study for at least some hours.
Yeah. The first thing that comes up is something about how many electrons is in a single bit, and they start talking about hard drives and stuff stuff like that. That current hard drives is 10 years ago. Need around 1 million atoms to store a single bit of information. But that has more to do with the efficiency of storage.
Yeah.
Rather than...
Which is probably the problem you're gonna run into when you're trying to make an analogy like that.
Yeah.
Since atoms are a physical thing.
Yeah. I don't...
That has to be moved around. We should continue, Roberta. You can look at this later. It's not something you're gonna learn within the next 5 minutes. That's for sure. Your face is like, but I wanna learn about it now.
I like learning about stuff.
Yes, but right now we're doing something else.
Yeah.
Okay?
I suppose I have the right mindset to research stuff.
You definitely do. As long as you can focus on the one thing you're researching. Now that is your second problem.
Yeah, that is the biggest problem. I'm definitely like... I definitely have the mind of a philosopher.
Yeah, that's for sure. Nope.
But it's also like going from philosopher to a scientist.
Many scientists were philosophers back in the day, so
Exactly.
they're not really that far apart, honestly.
We don't really talk about philosophers these days.
No.
There aren't really much about that. Like, the closest thing to a philosopher these days is a psychologist.
I mean, there are philosophers out there.
Oh, yeah.
You can study it,
Yeah.
but you don't hear about them much, no.
No. It's not really the same as what it used to be.
No.
But a lot of, like, the part of philosophy, which is all about asking questions and thinking about it.
Yes. Asking questions, especially questions that aren't just easily answered.
It's the fundamentals for science.
Yes. That too.
Because without asking, without curiosity, you have no science.
No.
And both philosophy and research, like science research, is based on curiosity.
Yes. Yes, it is. Anyways, let us continue.
By the way, 1 kilobyte is 1000 and
1000. I mean, you're not wrong!
1024 bytes. 1 byte is 8 bits. We went over this.
Yeah, we already gone over this.
You know, kilo, 1000?
Yeah, but it's not exactly 1000.
No, but
That's the difference.
That's because of the way bytes work.
Yeah.
Bytes work.
Yeah.
Also, you're turning me around. I'm sitting more towards that than anything else.
You're rolling me away now!
Then get closer.
I'm trying.
There you go.
まあ電子メールは本文テキストだけじゃないけどさ、送信先と送信元のメルアドとかヘッダとかもろもろ込みだともっと増えるけど、
Yes, that's true.
目安として12バイト分の文字数なら3回分は転送できるってことじゃね？あ、ちなみに件名は入れると入れないとでどう変わるかわかんねえ。
Fair enough.
It's a good question.
Yeah. Because that also uses text.
確かに唐揚げやバナナをデジタルデータに換算したところで12バイト程度のサイズになるとは思えんな。
You think it has to be larger than 12 bytes? You think?
They're way larger, yes.
Yeah.
How do you measure a banana in bytes anyway? Well,
No, we're not talking about that. We already had a discussion.
well, you would have to look at, go down to look at the atomic level,
Yeah.
basically, and start counting from there.
Yeah.
塩は一つ一つが小さいから12バイト以下と換算された可能性がある。
Yes.
You say a grain of salt.
We're talking fine salt, probably.
Even when you're talking about fine salt, there's still variation.
Yes. But generally, they only consist of a few atoms. At most. So. It doesn't get jellified because one can actually pass through.
Wait, so you're talking about each grain of salt.
Yes. Each
So-
grain of salt individually would theoretically be less than 12 bytes.
Yes, But if the thing you're sending has a lot of salts, then it would still be more than 12 bytes.
Yes, that just means
'Cause she's
the
sending it
rest
all
of the salt will just not be sent. That's all.
Or Agilify?
No, it just won't be sent. It's like the data's lost.
But it's just because we're like, well, I'm not exactly sure where he's going with this. Yeah.
No.
Because
質量が大きいと超重力に押しつぶされるっていうこと？
Yes, and because they don't have a larger mass individually, they can pass through. I think you should think about it this. If you have a bunch of salt, together, yeah, it will be more than 12 bytes. You turn on the microwave, do its thing, and then suddenly, like, you know, where the salt was before, you'll see a few grains there, but the rest will still be in the microwave. Because it just didn't go through. The tiny black hole.
then how did... I don't think that's how you should look at it.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I don't think that's how you should look at it. You should instead look at it in the way that a maximum of 12 bytes at a time can go through the hole.
Yes.
So that amount of salt can go through the hole at once,
Yes.
in an instant.
Yes.
But to get all of it, just like how downloading, depending on the speed you have.
Then you'd have to turn on the microwave again
Well, you
to
have
do it.
the whole.
Is what they're theorizing.
Is it? Is that what they're talking
It
about?
seems like.
It's not what I'm getting from it. I was thinking that it would just take longer for all the salt to get through.
Yeah, but the timer is a physical construct for time sent back, so that doesn't really matter.
No, but you. No, I'm talking about for how long you need the black hole to be there.
Oh, yeah, but at the moment we can't really control that, so this is all you got, which is why I'm saying some salt will go back in time, the rest will stay there. It just didn't go through.
Then how does the banana itself get through?
Well, it gets crushed, because it as a unit, let's call it a unit, it's too big of a mass.
How
to go
does some
through.
of the? How does most of the banana not just get left behind?
Apparently that's not how black holes work.
Exactly. That's why you can't really think of it as some of the salt gets left behind.
Yeah, but they're individual particles. The banana is kind of like one big particle. In this sense. That's why it gets crushed.
No.
Either the banana goes through or it doesn't. That's how they're discussing this.
The issue is the whole banana goes through, which means all the salt also goes through. The thing is, a grain of salt is small enough so it doesn't get crushed, but for some reason the banana does.
Yeah, but not really, since it gets shredded.
It gets shredded.
It gets shredded on an atomic level.
Why doesn't the
that allows
salt
it to come through?
Why doesn't the salt get shredded?
Because it's so small. Again, a grain of salt, if you talk about fine table salt, only consists of a few atoms. So it's small.
Have we talked about why it gets shredded?
Oh, we're talking about that now.
I mean, I guess it's just because, like, without knowing how why things get shredded, because it gets shredded on an atomical level.
Yes.
That would mean the same would happen for salt.
Yeah, but it's so small.
So?
So that wouldn't happen.
Why?
Because it
could still be torn apart.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be. Because is less than 12 bytes, so it can pass through the black hole just fine.
For some reason, the salt doesn't get torn, which physically doesn't make sense.
It makes sense to me. But if you continue the game, maybe they talk about it. Since they are currently talking about it right now.
Well, you say they are talking about it. It's not
質量ではないかもしれん。データには重さはない。
That too. Data as a principle doesn't have mass. Just like we use photons, doesn't have a mass. Sure, we charge electrons a lot of the time in like hard disks and stuff. But data in itself doesn't have mass. That is correct.
No,
What?
that's wrong.
No?
Yes,
It's not?
data has mass.
No?
Because without electrons, you don't have data.
But we have photons. You said so yourself.
It doesn't matter. Photon still has mass.
No? That is the definition of. Did you not see by
If
table?
if photons
Does not have mass.
No. Am I allowed to speak?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. If photons doesn't have mass, it would pass through everything.
Not necessarily.
Does photon pass through everything?
That's not necessarily how mass works. Why would it pass through everything if it doesn't have a mass?
If it doesn't have a mass, it cannot affect things. And if it can't affect things, that means that it just passes through them.
No, that means that when it hits something, nothing happens.
But we also know photons is light.
Yes.
Yes. And light creates heat.
As a byproduct, the photon itself does not create heat.
But light is photon. What
Yeah, but it's the creation of the photon that creates the heat, not the photon itself.
Is it the UV rays that create heat?
Yes.
What are UV rays made of?
Ultraviolet waves?
A wave is still made of a particle.
Yes, I know.
But what particle? Just use. Because the reason why our electronic lights create heat, that is more because we're sending electrons through them. And we we basically create a well, no, that might actually be wrong. I'm not exactly sure how LEDs work. But LEDs still have a resistance, no matter what. And as long as you have a resistance, you create heat. But with old lamps, old light bulbs, fluorescent light bulbs. You basically had a piece of wire that had a certain amount of resistance in it. And when you sent electrons through it, the wire would heat up to the point where it actually starts creating light from being heated up enough. So the light you see is based on the amount of heat that you create. Which is why old fluorescent bulbs and stuff always got hot as fuck. Because you need quite the resistance in the material to actually have it actually light up like that. Obviously there's also, you have gas inside the light bulb to create the perfect environment for it to light up enough. Otherwise it wouldn't actually light up that much. It would just turn red. Because when you heat up metal enough, at first it turns red until it reaches a critical, or it reaches a high enough temperature where it actually looks like it turns white. Or it does turn white? Or does it just look like it turns white?
What?
Metal, when you heat up metal, does it turn white? Like white hot?
It emits white light.
Yeah, so it turns white. That's what I was talking about, the light that it emits. Because at first it is a red color.
Like the sun.
Yeah. Until there's enough heat, then it turns into a white light. The sun is also technically a white light, but because of our atmosphere, it's not. LEDs. I don't fucking know how LEDs work.
No, doesn't matter.
I have no idea.
Where were you going with this?
Well, it was more talking about light and energy from light.
Yeah, but energy doesn't necessarily need a mass.
No, energy needs heat. And heat
heat is energy. It's the end product of energy.
To create energy, to create heat, you need mass. Right?
That's compared to what theory you're talking about.
Solar cells, are they based on UV?
The ones that catch the light?
Yeah. Is it the UV that gives them power?
Yes, because it ionizes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is UV rays.
So it's not the photons.
Well, technically, I was mistaken. The UV rays are photons. They just have a short wavelength, so they can ionize. So they can ionize things.
It's also, what I'm thinking is, I don't know. That seems weird. That doesn't seem like something you would do. It's like a photon's mass is so small that it's negligible. Negligible. Thank you. I don't know, some words I just can't.
I mean, again, per definition, mass of a photon is 0. That's just how it is. That is the definition.
Yeah.
Whether it actually has something is not something we can measure.
So, We can only theorize if it has mass or not. No, we haven't been able.
At this point in time, yes.
Yeah, because we haven't been able to measure a mass on it. And obviously it has mass, otherwise it wouldn't interact with other mass. But it's so small that we can't.
I think rather than mass, it's because of its like wavelength that it interacts with things. Because it can't interact with much.
Well, if you look at stuff like a microwave, which uses microwaves, the reason why microwaves don't just fly all around the room that you use in the microwave in, but you're still able to see inside the microwave, is because of the shield that is there, with holes in it. Those holes are generally small enough so that the microwaves won't go through it, because the waves... what's that called? Height is not really the right word to use for that.
Amplitude.
The amplitude, thank you. The amplitude is big enough so they can't go through the holes, technically. There will always be some that goes through the holes because they happen to line up perfectly with the holes. Because, it still goes in a wave, so if the wave happened to perfectly line up with the hole, then of course it's going to go through, but because of the amplitude, it makes it harder for them to go through, and therefore they won't just go everywhere.
But yeah, when you work with photons in physics, you work with equations and theories that does not involve mass.
Okay.
Because they per definition does not have mass.
Okay.
Even when you look at the relativity theory that it usually includes mass, you can't use it with photons.
No.
Because photons have energy. It's not a lot. They have energy. Instead, you need to look at other constants that are not equal zero, which that constant, as far as I know, refers to its wavelength. You can't have light with zero wavelength, so per definition, that's how it works.
No, because zero wavelength is a line.
Yeah, and it's not.
And a line is not observable.
Exactly.
It basically makes it one-dimensional, and one-dimensional is non-existent.
Yeah. But yeah, again, per definition, photons have zero mass, but they do contain energy.
It goes against everything I know about physics.
That's because photons are special.
Yeah, clearly.
You can use the theory of relativity here. You need another one. And also the theory of relativity that we know it is a simplified version.
Okay, so...
It doesn't have all the parameters in there, because we usually don't need it.
If we go by the definition that photons doesn't have mass, then yes, if you convert data to photons,
yes.
If purely what you use to create and store data is photons, then it doesn't have mass. The only problem is that your computer doesn't use photons to use and create and send data. It uses electrons. Electrons have mass. Data has mass. Generally. The only time where data doesn't have mass is when it's photons.
Yes.
The nice thing about photons also is that they're fast as fuck, because it's the speed of light.
Yep, because they're massless.
Yeah.
Therefore they can move at the speed of light.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's true. It's a little weird to think.
Yeah. I think he's also referring more to the data itself, like a bit as a concept does not have mass. It's obviously stored on something, but as a concept, it doesn't have mass. I think it's what you're supposed to think about here as well.
Is this... Yeah. I guess if you think about it purely from a perspective of data is virtual. Data is non-physical.
Yes.
Sure, it doesn't have mass.
Yes.
The only problem is that practically...
Yes, but I'm saying more as a concept. Like when you send it through a black hole, the messages, I'm like, are you sending something physical with it? I don't really know.
The issue with that is, like, what are you sending through the black hole when it comes to text messages? Is it data?
Apparently it is.
We talk about how there's only so many bytes that can go through, but does that have to do with the amount of data it has, or does it have to do with how that data is being sent to the phone, which is through waves in the air? I don't know what those waves are. I suppose they're basically like radio waves, but chunkier.
Yeah, but radio waves are still waves, so they're still photons.
Are radio waves photons?
Anything with a wavelength is photons, yes. You just can't observe them with the human eye.
So, what?
Same thing with ultraviolet, UV rays. They're still photons, you just can't see them.
I'm very confused.
Anything that has a wavelength.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm thinking
photon.
of. That's actually not what I'm thinking of. There's a lot of. I have a fuck ton of questions. Holy shit.
It really like
the more
goes in and just asks you, how much do you know about physics?
Like the more I dig into this, it feels like the amount of questions just increases exponentially.
That's because you don't know everything about what it is they're talking about. And the more you dig in, the more you're confused.
Wi-Fi. Wireless stuff.
Yeah.
Everything wireless.
Isn't that sent through waves?
That's waves, yes?
Yeah. So essentially it's a photon.
But they can pass through walls.
Yeah.
They can pass through just about everything. Concrete is a little harder because concrete is more dense.
It's just like, when we talk about radiation and we talk about alpha, beta, and gamma rays.
Exactly.
Where alpha, beta, because they're physical things, they can't go that far. But gamma rays can basically pass through anything except for lead.
Because
they're photons.
Gamma rays are photons.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're waves.
Exactly. They're massless.
But lead?
Lead is very good at stopping it for some reason. I think it's because it's very dense.
Yeah, that's the density of.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what does it.
Yeah. But wouldn't there be other materials that would also stop it?
Sure, but lead is just the one you usually go to.
Okay.
I'm sure there are
Because
other...
lead is not the most dense metal.
No, but it is very dense.
But it's probably to do with the fact that lead is easy to obtain.
Yes.
Compared
it's also
to
not healthy to touch. But that's another point entirely.
Don't worry about it.
There's a reason why we don't have lead in our pencils anymore. It's graphite.
Yeah.
A lot of people started chewing on them and sucking on them when they were children, and had I don't know how to say that word.
Say what word?
Like catastrophe, but as a adverb, I think. Well, it was a catastrophe for the generation. There were many, many, many sick people.
Lead poisoning.
Yeah.
A lot of fish in Denmark has lead poisoning, essentially, or are filled with lead. From our.
Usually, when you talk about that, you talk about mercury, not lead.
Oh, is it mercury?
Yeah.
Oh. That's probably true. Yeah.
Which is also for the same reason poisonous in small amounts.
But why is it poisonous?
Why it's poisonous?
A lot of it has to do with it being a heavy metal.
Yes. But specifically, it's poisonous because it permanently binds to something in your body. I can't remember what it is. And it cannot be undone.
Yeah.
Therefore, that's at least for mercury. I assume it's the same thing for lead. Therefore, it is very, very dangerous. And that's why heavy metals, in generally speaking, almost any instance, honestly, is dangerous even in small increments. And also, we don't really need them. They're kind of just in the way.
Heavy metals. What defines a heavy metal? Is it because it's dense?
I don't know, but that's what it sounds like, right?
You would think that from hearing the word.
Yeah.
But
Metallic chemical element that has a relatively high density and is toxic or poisonous at low concentrations. It is used loosely, though, in the definition.
yeah, because it is not only the fact that it is dense.
Yeah.
It is also, it has to be poisonous
Yeah.
at low.
Like, technically, like, stuff like nickel and zinc is also defined under heavy metal. But it's not as poisonous.
No.
And they're definitely not dense, that's for fucking sure. Zinc is, like, not dense at all. It's so light.
What about... I can't remember what that metal is called. Some of the densest metals we have.
I don't know.
Not titanium.
Titanium is not really that dense.
No. No, but that's what my brain keeps coming up with. I'm like, it's not titanium.
There's cadmium, chromium.
It's not what I'm thinking of. But aren't those man-made?
I don't know.
But I'm just thinking about stuff that is like, it's a dense metal.
Arsenic? Is that what you're thinking of?
Nope.
No.
I'm thinking about dense metals that aren't poisonous.
Oh! I suppose gold would be the easiest one to name.
Yeah, but we have more dense
Yeah, but
material.
gold is pretty dense.
Gold is dense
Very fucking dense.
and very malleable.
Yeah. Just like lead. But it is very dense.
No, what are they called?
I don't know what you're looking for.
It's not magnesium.
Magnesium is not very heavy.
No, exactly.
But magnesium is an essential mineral that we need. Is like iron and zinc.
Hey Siri, what are the most dense metals?
Ask you, it has the highest density of all the metals. This is from lindastench.com.
I love that she just gave you one. The heaviest.
Hey Siri. Siri, what is the top 10 of most dense metals?
Okay, I found this below was the top 10 most dense metals. Check it out.
Such accent.
Yeah. Yeah, osmium at number 1. Iridium, yeah. Platinum, yeah. We have a lot of, funny enough, a lot of our heavy metal, or a lot of our dense metals are also radioactive.
Yeah. Because they're unstable.
Gold is apparently at 6.
Yeah, gold is very, very, very dense.
I thought tungsten was actually more dense than
No.
gold.
No.
I was thinking of tungsten.
Oh. Oh, the thing people used to put into the teeth. That was tungsten. Not good.
Nope.
No, it's not good.
But it's not poisonous like lead is.
No, you need more of it, but it still wasn't good because it still eroded. People find out.
Oh yeah, it erodes. That's a problem.
Then it gets into your whole system and it starts reacting. Like
That's one
heavy
reason.
metal would.
That's one reason why we use gold, because gold doesn't erode.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it's. It's not really true. It does matter, but it.
Also, gold does erode, but it takes very long.
It takes very long, and well. Radioactivity can make anything erode.
Yeah. But that's not what I meant.
No.
Gold naturally oxidizes and breaks down, but it just takes a long time compared to stuff like copper and iron, to name a few.
Yeah.
And copper is considered a heavy metal because of its toxicity, so...
Yeah.
Despite it not being too
Heal.
heavy. Yeah, but I can't reach to the other side. What's up?
I have so many questions. This is because when you look at fiber,
Yes.
for example, using fiber as a way to transfer data,
Yes. Transport light. Yes.
you use light, which is photons. But for some reason, when it, well, I guess it has more to do with the, because light can't just pass through everything.
No?
It has to have a certain amount of,
Its
But that's a-
wavelength has to be short enough.
yeah.
That's why radio waves are real bad at going through concrete walls.
But what I was thinking is, when it comes to light, just normal light.
Visible to the human eye.
Yeah.
Generally, they don't have a big enough wavelength to pass through things.
No. Unless the density is low enough.
Yes. Like with water. And glass.
Or like you could have some curtains, some fabrics where there are holes that are big enough to let light through,
Yes.
which means the density is low enough.
Yeah, that's because it literally is a hole, a pocket hole that is where there is nothing. It's not even that the density of the thread is small enough, it's just that the way it's woven
No, I'm
allows
not.
for holes.
I'm not saying the thread. The density of the thread. That's not what matters. What matters is the density of the fabric. Because that is a what's that word? That is an average of material in an amount of space. Fucking brain. Why can't you explain what density is? Density is weight times.
No, it's a division.
Yeah, it's a division. Is it?
It is mass per volume.
Yeah, mass divided by volume. So the amount of mass it. No. What am I saying? It's weight by volume. Weight by volume. So
Mass divided by volume, yes.
yes, mass.
Weight is mass.
Yes. Fucking hell!
You're frying your own brain over this.
I'm all over the place. So, but what I'm saying is that when it comes to fabric, like thin fabric,
Yes, but the thin fabric still has holes, that's why light can get through.
yeah,
Not because of the fabric as a whole. It's only because of the way it's been woven.
it still has an amount of density.
Yes. But generally threads that is woven into fabric has a very thick density. Light doesn't go through the thread, it goes through the small creaks and holes between the threads.
Also, density isn't always a matter. Because crystals can be dense as fuck, but photons can still pass through them.
Yes, but that is because the way that the atoms have been lined into a very systematical way that allows a lot of holes between the different atoms
to make them transparent.
Exactly. So that's kind of special in and of itself.
Yeah.
It's a little bit similar to ice.
Exactly. You know.
There's also white crystals.
The crystal structure.
Prisms are basically just like extremely refined crystals. So most of the time, unless they're made out of glass or plexiglass, for that matter. Not that it matters.
I need to stop. I am taking up too much time on this shit. We're never gonna get through this game.
No. Not when you keep questioning every little thing.
得意点を裸にできていない時点でイベントホライゾンを通過せざるを得なくなる。
Yawn.
Yes, we do have the case of the singularity isn't naked.
Yeah.
Which means we have the event horizon, which means we have what makes a black hole black.
Which means we have supergravity.
Which means we have supergravity, which in turn should be the cause of why things are being jellified, being torn apart. Which is still weird why salt wouldn't be torn apart.
I think you have to think of the fact here more as if the lifter, like, at least works in some form or way.
Do we have a lifter?
Well, I talked about this last time. We must have a lifter because we succeeded in sending data back. So we must have a lifter that apparently only works at daytime. We just don't know what it is yet. But with a lifter, they have opened up a small part of the hole, just big enough for the 12 times 3 bytes to pass through, but not anything else. So it is slightly naked. It's just not completely naked. It's the way you have to look at it.
I know.
Clearly, we need to have a lifter that's working. Otherwise, this wouldn't work at all. If there was no lifter, nothing could pass through. So, for some reason, it's just only working at daytime.
そのイベントホライゾン内では空間と時間の入れ替わりの影響でリング上得意点に到達した被験者は超高速に達しているから、超重力により押しつぶされて破壊されたデータがブラックホールから吐き出されてしまう。
ゼリーマンの出来上がりだ。
Yes.
でも質量が小さければ通り抜けられるとも思えない。どっちにしろ超重力の中を抜けないといけないのよ。
See, she's asking the question you're asking too.
穴がきついのならば注入する電子を増やせばいい。
Yes. Which is why the Hadron Collider is the perfect machine for that, because that's literally what it does.
そんな簡単な問題とは思えない。セルンだってその方法は試したはず。なのに実験開始から9年経っても解決できていない。単純に電子の量を増やせばいいってわけでもないのよ。
そうか。
そもそもセルンではリフターがあるけど、電話レンジの場合そのリフターに代替するものが何なのかすら分かってない。これじゃ調整以前の問題。
True. We must have something that works like a lifter. We just don't know what it is.
Yeah. She has a point.
リフターに変わるものが何なのか、それは不明だが、少なくともその代替物の効果によりリング得意点に36バイトプラスアルファまでは通り抜け可能な道が作られているのは確かだ。
Wait, where did your alpha go? He said alpha in Japanese. Where did that go in his text? He said plus alpha.
I don't know. I don't know what the concept is
Ah,
for it, so I don't know
I
where it
just
would fit
heard
in.
plus alpha. The rest was Japanese.
これでゼリーマンの件は解明できたんじゃね？
Yes, we kind of already got that. Thank you.
Maybe the way they translated it meant that it wasn't needed.
Probably it wasn't needed. I'm pretty sure. It's just funny that they didn't use it.
でもまだ仮説よ。それが証明されたわけじゃない。
証明ってどうやんの？セルンと同じように人体実験するん？
岡部と橋田さんが被験者として志願してくれるなら喜んで実験してあげるけど。
Jesus Christ. Max, calm down.
人体実験ってなんか響きがやばいよね。性的な意味で。
No, Daryl, we're just gonna skip right through that. Thank you.
僕はされる方よりせっかくだからする方を選びたい。
Sure.
右に同じ。いや、性的な意味でという部分は同意しないが。
バカども。何度も言うけど問題は
Sacrifice
あの
yourself
電
for
話レンジの
science.
どこにリフターに代替する機能があるのかっていうこと。
Yeah.
それともう一つ。なぜ時間帯によって放電現象やゼリーマン化が起きたり起きなかったりするのかだ。
わからないことはあるけど、
The final
イメールのやり
answer.
方についてはもう完璧ってことで、ファイナルアンサー？
What do you mean by final answer?
Premier is FA in Japanese. Using the question, is that your final answer? Internet slang originates from a popular quiz show with contestants who want to be millionaires. You probably used it in the Japanese version of You Want to Be a Millionaire, I would assume. That's where it comes from.
That's always like, is that your final answer? Is in every single iteration of it, just in their own, language.
Yeah, but here in Japanese, they're like, let's use the English word, final answer. Because it's
Yeah,
Japan,
most likely.
That's what he said, final answer in English, so.
過去にメールを送れるってすごいことだよね。
Yes,
人が
Violet,
直
it
接過去へ
is.
飛べるわけじゃないからタイムマシンって感じはしないけどな。
Ah,
Does it have to be people?
apparently, according to Daru, it has to be people. You
If
start small. Let's take the 36 bytes that we actually can't send. That's still pretty good. It does end up in the past.
Why not just a grape?
Yeah.
Something small, physical.
It's probably because of all those sci-fi media we see where people transport themselves back in time or whatever. It's probably just pop culture.
Doesn't have to be humans.
No. But isn't that like the end product?
Is it? I mean, I suppose if you want to make a time machine, then you probably want to use it to actually travel through time
Yeah.
yourself,
Yes.
not just
Or someone else. Who the fuck knows?
there. You want someone to travel through time. It's a bit like space travel.
Yes.
Like the start of it was long distance missiles. It turned into, what if we could reach space? And then to, what if we could put things into space? To, what if we could put us into space?
Exactly.
And then to the moon.
And then to what if we could put ourselves on the moon?
Yeah, kind of thing.
And then it kind of fizzled out.
Yeah. Because, the space race ended.
Yeah, because it kind of fizzled out. And fundings were kind of shit. And then they tried with the... It's not called the Voyager, what's it called?
Saturn? Or what? No, what are we talking
We're
about?
talking about the rocket with the teacher on.
The teacher?
Yeah, the one that exploded.
I do not remember this one.
Like in the 80s.
Okay.
But basically, NASA tried to make the rockets cheaper, which is why it also changed shape from the Saturns that we know to the like white-black rockets.
The Saturns are white-black.
No.
The one we have.
Oh, yeah, but that's not what I meant by it.
Oh.
This one looked more like a hybrid between a rocket and an airplane. It had wings.
Oh, the shuttles.
Shuttles is something else, but yes, I think we're talking about the same thing.
Those are called shuttles.
Well, technically, the small part where the humans are inside is called a shuttle in both of the rockets. But I get what you mean. I just can't remember the name of that specific rocket.
But you're thinking about these ones, right?
Yes, I'm thinking about those.
Yeah.
Can't remember the one that was called with the teacher in it.
Space shuttle. It is just called the space shuttle.
Why can't I remember the name? So weird.
Because the idea with it was that you could return to Earth
Yeah.
and reuse it.
Yes.
Kind of what they're trying to do with SpaceX.
Yes, but the things they want to reuse there specifically are the boosters. Here, it's not the boosters they're looking for necessarily.
No, it's the thing that carries humans through space.
Yes, which is called a shuttle. I
Which
agree.
is part of the space shuttle program.
Yes. That is the shuttle, the thing that carries the humans, which is very big in that one, so... Fair enough, they call it fucking space shuttle. It's very big compared to the one on Saturn, which is very small. Which is kind of what they're going back to, because that was just so cheap, it just didn't work.
Oh, I know why it didn't work.
Yeah.
It was made by Boeing.
Yeah, that too, but...
Because Boeing is known for cutting corners.
yeah, I mean, the entire...
To the point where fucking entire panels of the plane fucking falls off.
Yeah, I mean, technically Boeing didn't have the biggest budget for this one either.
No.
So there's also that. NASA didn't have a big budget because the public was kind of not with them at the time. But it was the boosters that was the problem.
Yeah.
Mainly. Because they were like, you built like big rings for the boosters and you put them together and the thing that linked them together didn't work as intended, so they exploded. Did you not figure out what the specific incident was called? The space shuttle with the teacher in?
The first, STS-1...
it has like a name like Voyager or something. I cannot remember the name. I'm surprised you don't really remember much of it. It's been a big thing. It was the first time you brought someone who wasn't trained to be an astronaut up in space. Did not end well. Yeah, they finally got the public back.
The project was from 84 to 90.
I'm pretty sure it's called something with C. I just cannot...
Challenger.
Yes, Challenger, that's what it's called. That's the one that exploded like not even 5 minutes after it left the surface of the Earth. You could see it from the sky, just exploding.
It is STS-51L.
Yeah.
Killed during launch in the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster.
Yeah.
And that's why they cancelled it.
Yep, they cancelled it right after that because they could not get the budget for anything else. Plus, they kind of knew that the boosters were already a problem.
But
They tried to secretly fix it. It didn't work. But that's why there hasn't really been much space travel until SpaceX kind of took over.
Is that what the thing with Sid's rocket in Final Fantasy VII was based on?
I don't know. I don't remember how it's looking. I don't remember.
No, not looking. That's not what I'm talking about. You know, the reason why the rocket failed to launch and became crooked.
I don't know.
Because
I don't think they really went into it, so I don't fucking know.
They did. The thing, because it was, you know, his, was it wife or assistant or what was her?
I don't fucking remember.
I forget what her, like, the relationship was, but it doesn't really matter. But she, like, because he was getting ready to launch the rocket, fly the rocket and stuff. I think he was in the rocket, actually. I don't remember. Doesn't really matter. But he was getting ready to launch the rocket, but she was down somewhere doing some kind of
There was
last
a problem.
minute.
There was a problem, and she went down to try and fix it. I remember that much, yes.
But he had to cancel the launch because if he had actually launched, she would have been cooked.
Yeah. But I think that's a little bit different. It's because she was so close to the fuel engine output that she would have died.
Yeah.
That's not the same with the Challenger. The Challenger actually did lift off.
Oh yeah,
A few minutes after, the middle of the booster just exploded. And
that's not what I meant.
okay.
What I meant more was that here they were trying to do some in Final Fantasy VII. They were trying to do some she was trying to do some last minute changes to fix the issue, because maybe if it had actually launched, it would have exploded, just like the Challenger.
Maybe. I don't know. The problem that Boeing and NASA had been going on for a few years.
Fuck Boeing.
There's a whole documentary about it. We can watch it another time. That goes really into it. Because they did successfully send rockets up, and then they got the whole thing back. And this when they got them back, that they could see that it was degrading fast. That was the problem.
But officially, the space shuttle program was the Challenger, Space Shuttle Challenger thing was shut down in 1990, but the Space Shuttle program, on the other hand, continued until 2011.
Yeah. But the problem was they never got enough budget after that,
No.
and they never got the public on their side either
No.
in America. That's what they tried to do with the Challenger. You know,
The-
putting a teacher up there who could teach from space and everything.
Even the issue with Apollo 13
Yes.
was that, like, what was it, the second or third time? The third time they were trying to have people land on the moon?
I would assume so, yes. Since
I think it was
11
the
was the first successful time.
Yeah. So they had done 11 and 12. They had been successful both times. So 13, they were like, so the general public was like, it's just routine sending, like it's like taking the bus kind of thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't fucking matter. Which is also
Turns out it wasn't. Because the instrument for measuring gravity and trajectory fucked itself during the liftoff. So they couldn't land properly, either on the moon or on Earth.
that's not what happened.
Yes.
Yes, they
It's
did.
part of what happened.
They had a little problems when during takeoff, but at one point when they had to
manually land.
No. They never landed on the moon.
No, on Earth. They had to manually, figure out the trajectory to hit water.
Yeah, the thing that
It didn't work. It got fucked.
The thing that happened was that there was something somewhere on the side of the thing that exploded when they had to do. I forget what the task was.
They were out EVA, right?
No.
Weren't they out EVAing? I'm pretty sure they were.
Yeah, but that is not the cause.
No, I know. I'm just saying they were out EVAing at the same time.
Yeah, but the cause is something completely different that causes everything to, like, they had to shut down the whole thing because they didn't have enough power because of oxygen.
Yes, oxygen was a problem. I think it was the filtration system that got blown. No, we can look at this later. There's an entire movie for this. We can look at it later.
Yeah, there's an entire movie. I know. I've watched a review of it.
I've also watched it.
Yeah, with Tom Hanks.
Yes. But we can look at that later. That has nothing to do with what the game's about right now.
No.
So, I'm just saying.
それをやろうとしてセルンほどの研究機関が失敗し続けている。タイターの予言によると完成まであと24年かかるんだっけ？
Like all the time.
Yes, it'd be another 24 years before there's a true time machine by Darrow standards.
確かに今の俺たちでは物理的なタイムマシンは無理かもしれんな。セルンに比べて金も施設も足りない。しかし俺たちはそれでもタイムトラベルを実現させた。データを過去へと送ったのだ。
Yes.
この電話レンジはもっとちゃんと検証するべきね。何が起きてるのか把握しないと。
Yep.
Maybe now's the time to take it apart?
But it's
Understand what's happening inside it?
But you can't really test it while you're taking it apart. That's kind of the problem.
No, but you need to look at what's inside, what the different things do to better understand what is happening.
Pretty sure you can look up a drawing that tells you exactly what's inside.
The problem is they have said they have put certain things together to make the phone wave, so you can't just look up a manual on how those things are put together and how they work together.
But you also can't necessarily take it apart and figure out how it fucking works. Because individually they're normal. It doesn't do anything.
You have to do something, and taking something apart and studying it is usually the best way to figuring out how things work.
Yes, if you can. If that is the way you can figure it out.
D メールを
Problem if we don't
もっと
really
いろいろ面
understand
白い
what
こ
is
とに
working
使い
is
たいよ
different
な。
either. Because the microwave or the machines that are plugged in
気持ちはわかるが今
cannot
日は
work
無
as
理
a
だ。
lifter.
もしまたビルを揺らしたらミスター・ブラウンから最後通告を出されるだろう。
He'll raise the rent or kick us out of the lab.
詳細な検証は明日以降に行う。だがこれだけは宣言させてくれ。本日今日って何日
8月2日。
2010年8月2日は人類史にとって永遠に記憶に残る日となるであろう。
Infamy. Okay.
なぜ
Sure
だ
thing, my dude.
今日この日我ら未来ガジェット研究所は人類史上初のタイムマシン開発に成功したからである。
Sure thing, Bobby.
No. Sun has already beat you to that.
And technically, they haven't figured out how to send anything back. Because they only tested on humans. They haven't tested if they can send data back. So technically, they haven't beaten to it.
I guess, if you look at it like that.
Yeah.
I suppose.
All the people have been jellified.
人類史上初じゃなくね？セルに先越されてたし。
Well, there you go. I was there too.
そもそも開発したとは言えない。偶然使えるようになっただけ。
That's also true. They haven't developed anything. It happened by accident. Completely by accident.
Some of the biggest well, okay, so it's a discovery, not
Exactly,
a development.
it's not a development, it's a discovery. There's a big difference there.
Yeah.
Development is intentional. Very intentional.
Some of the most important science we have these days happen through discovery, which happened by chance.
Yes.
Like medicine. Oh,
Ah, there
yeah.
you go!
セレン
Penicillin!
ディピティという言葉を知らないらしいな。
The word
ペニシリンに
serendipity.
X 線にダイナマイト。その他多くの偉大な発明は偶然から生まれたの
Yeah,
だ
but they
ぞ。
weren't developed. They were developed afterwards.
They weren't made with the intention of getting that product.
No. So look, you're doing to the mic instead of past the mic.
I am?
Yeah, you went to completely like here. Your mouth was there.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It does matter a little bit.
Too much, not too much. It's fine.
It matters to the point you can sound echoey.
Sure. Well, we have 3 things to look at.
Yeah. A dynamite, a nitroglycerin-based explosive invented by Alfred Nobel in 1866.
Which is where the
Nobel Prize comes from, yes.
Even though it was dynamite, but whatever.
Yeah, the old Nobel Prize was not for, you know, peace and shit. It
Not
was
like it is
just
today.
discoveries.
Yeah.
X-ray, a type of electromagnetic wave discovered by Wilhelm Röntgen in 1895, famous for its applications in medicine. Yes.
Which is why we actually in Danish use the correct word for it.
Yeah, we
Röntgen.
we'd actually use the word Röntgen, yeah, after his name.
Not fucking X-ray.
I don't know why they call it X.
Because it sounds cool.
I suppose. I don't know. That must be a reason why they said X-ray.
I don't know. It's not.
Ray makes sense because it is a ray.
It is a ray, yeah.
But the X, I don't fucking know.
Me neither.
No.
It's not explained here, so.
Penicillin, the world's first antibiotic, discovered in 1929. What?
It's very light on information.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to it, but okay.
Well, all you need to know is that penicillin is an antibiotic, and it's the first one that was discovered in this year.
Why couldn't we, like, with these ones, get to know who discovered it?
I think it was because it wasn't one person; it was a group of people.
Was it a group of people?
I'm pretty sure. It was,
No, it
they
wasn't
tried
one
to make
person.
something else, and they accidentally made penicillin.
Doesn't matter. I would still like to know who. At least. But, whatever. Both a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
Because it was a blessing as in...
People didn't die!
We could fight bacteria.
Yeah. People didn't die from a simple infection.
And a curse as in bacteria will evolve to fucking not care about antibiotics.
Yeah.
They will become resistant.
Yeah.
And that's
like
just how it is.
MRSA is bane of our existence.
Yep. It only exists because of us.
Yes.
Because of antibiotics.
It does.
Because, you know, they always have to find new ways to survive. That's evolution for you.
Only the strongest will survive, and those are the ones that are resistant to antibiotics. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Eventually, those are the only ones who will survive.
それはそうだけど
Maxie, that's where you go. Those were not developments, they were discoveries.
Yeah.
But whatever.
There's a big difference. Also, I like that Okabe is
クリ
barefooted.
スチャンってタイムマシン
Doesn't,
Japanese person. Why would he not?
he's not even wearing slippers.
They're not necessarily wearing
あ
slippers.
る
No.
認めてるんだね
But this is more like not even like socks or anything.
No, just barefoot.
Just barefoot. I guess it is summer. So I guess
It's
he's...
fucking warm.
I don't know what kind of footwear he's using. I haven't paid attention to that. It could be that he's just wearing normal shoes and just not having socks on while wearing those shoes.
I don't know.
Some people do that.
Yeah, some people do that, and shoes get to smell because of that. Ugh.
They get to smell, and there's a higher chance of getting sores from it because you are rubbing your foot up against the material of the shoe.
Yeah, which is slightly damp as well, usually.
Yeah. So,
So yeah.
that's why you generally shouldn't do that. That's why you generally should be wearing some kind of sock or other
You
thing
should
like
cover
that.
your foot with something when you're wearing normal shoes.
Yeah.
Or boots. Don't do it for sandals. That kind of defeats the purpose of sandals.
Is socks and sandals really that big of a deal?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Who
but
the fuck wants a tan line down by the ankles? I don't get it, man.
I don't know. But yeah, the like the thing with when it comes to sandals is that, you know, they're only covering you so many places that it doesn't really matter. It gets enough air.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's not a problem.
So if you wear socks, you kind of defeat the purpose of sandals. Because you're more likely to sweat with socks on anyways.
Well, yeah, but if all you need is to just remove the shoe and put on a sandal, then I mean, because
Then I take my socks off.
but what if it's too cold?
It's not.
What if it's too cold?
Then you cover yourself with something else or don't put on sandals. It's too cold. Put your fucking shoes back on.
But it's too warm for the shoes.
Then cover yourself less with something else.
How so?
I don't know. If you're wearing a thick sweater, take it fucking off. There are many other things you
But
can
what
do.
if the only thing you haven't changed is your footwear?
I highly doubt that. I highly doubt
So you
that if you wear
今のところは
like
認めざるを得ないっ
a
てだ
crop
け
top and
原理を究
shorts
明してい
and
けば
then you wear
もし
socks
かし
and
たらタイムマ
shoes
シ
but
ン
you
とは
can't
似ても
switch
似
over
つ
to
かないまがい
sandals
も
and
のか
maybe
も
put
しれな
something
い
more on your shirt. Like, come on.
So you would rather be naked than wear socks with sandals with socks?
I will never be in a situation where I would need to be naked, so that question doesn't really go anywhere.
Well, if it's warm enough.
Then I just wear sandals. You said it was too cold to wear sandals, so clearly I'm not naked at that point. It doesn't make sense what you're saying. Your argument kind of falls apart there. Because you said it was too cold.
I wouldn't necessarily say so. It's too cold to be completely naked, but it's too warm to not be?
What?
I don't know.
Your argument makes no sense. Also, the
I don't
weather
know where
probably
I'm
would
going
never
with
be
this.
that warm anyways.
Yeah, doesn't matter. I don't know.
どいつもこいつも俺の堂々たる宣言に敬意すら払わんとは
Of course they don't.
We don't fucking care. Look at that.
人類史上初のいや史上2番目かもしれないがタイムマシン開発の栄誉この俺が独り占めしても
For a second.
後で文句を言わないことだな
He's like, I don't care. I still take the credit.
Well, the thing is, CERN has already made a time machine. Sure, the humans they have sent has become jellified and are no longer alive, but they've still been sent back in time.
That's true, but should it not be set back in time whole as it was before you can say it's been transported back in time properly?
Then what about the messages?
Well,
The messages aren't whole.
no, I mean, if you sent 12 bytes, it's a whole message.
Yeah, but
CERN hasn't done that, therefore they haven't done it. They haven't figured that out.
they have sent gel to the past. That's for sure.
Yeah, but it wasn't originally gel.
No,
So,
but that's just the
on that
byproduct of it.
front, they failed scientifically.
Still a time machine. You've sent something
It's
back
a
in time.
failed time machine,
You
that's
ha-
what it is. It's a failed time machine.
It's only failed.
Scientifically, it's a failed time machine. It doesn't do what they set it out to do. They have a purpose that the time machine needs to fill,
Oh yeah, I understand that, but
and that has not been fulfilled. Therefore, they have failed and
it
have
is-
not built a time
It is
machine.
still a time machine by the definition of they have sent something to the past. It doesn't matter what that thing is. Obviously, for them, it's not a successful time machine, but it's still a time machine.
I would not call it that simply because what they sent back and what arrives is not entirely the same. Because, they're jellymen. By that definition, I wouldn't say it's a success at all. But we're probably not going to agree on this because that is like subjective opinion.
Didn't we? Wasn't it because like they described it when Okabe looked at it through a microscope?
Yes.
He said that what had happened was that it had been torn apart on an atomic level.
Yes.
So it is still the same thing that has been sent through. It has just been torn apart.
It's still not the same thing.
It's
It's
still
been
the
torn
same thing.
apart at an atomic level. It's not the same thing.
Essentially, you sent the whole same thing there. It has just been jumbled in a bit.
That's not how that works. You need molecules for it to be the same thing.
Why?
Because such things are what decide the properties. This is biology stuff, it's not physics.
But it's not like,
Sure, you've sent the exact same amount of atoms back. But that wasn't really the
so
thing.
you've sent atoms.
Yes, they have.
So they've sent stuff back in time.
Yeah, but not the organism, so no.
But does that matter?
Yes.
It's not successful, that's true.
Therefore, it's not a time machine. You can't call a time machine if it doesn't succeed what you've set it out to do. That's just how it works in the scientific world. Sorry.
What? That makes no sense. I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter, let's just continue. We're not gonna agree on this one because it's a subjective matter. The definitions we have are subjective.
I wouldn't really call the the phone wave successful either.
Well,
Because they didn't set out to only send data.
they didn't set out to make a time machine at all.
No, exactly.
But once they figure out what it could, they fucking wanted to send us messages.
But it's still not technically successful.
Well, they're also
and
not done.
It's also... Yeah, CERN is also not done. But
No. But they've been doing it for 9 years and still struggling.
no,
We made far more, progress than they've done. Let's just say it like that.
we just happened to have text, or not text messages, emails be part of what they're sending.
We just had the right conditions at the right time, with the right kind of luck. Because they had no idea what the fuck they were doing.
The thing that's a little weird still is no, does that matter? I don't know.
What matters?
With the bananas that got sent back to their other bananas.
To the other clutch of bananas?
Clutch, is that one?
You can use that word. I'm not sure it's the right word, but it's a word you can use.
Yeah.
Bundle is another word you can use,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Anyways, but it got sent to that, but that was something that happened instantly, so it was more of a teleportation rather than anything.
Well, it was still sent back in time. It just wasn't.
Was it?
Yeah, because that's where the banana was before we plucked it and put it into the microwave. So technically, it was sent back in time.
But was the bunch of bananas exactly in the exact same spot as when we took it?
When we plucked the banana off, they were on that table, yes.
They were on the table. Were they in that exact position?
Yes.
That would be almost impossible to do, considering the.
I think the way that it works for the bananas, I don't know how fucking realistic that is either, but the fucking point is that the the banana doesn't like transport itself back in time and space in general, but in time and space relative to the bundle of bananas. So it just reattaches itself to the bundle of bananas wherever they fucking may be.
How does it know that?
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know how realistic that is, but I've also had that question before when I've played this game, and that is just a conclusion I've come to because it's not important, so they don't explain that at all.
No, because they don't need anything in the phone wave for it to work. Really? Do
No.
they? No?
Unlike like with John Titor, who has that gravitational thing to actually, make sure that they land on the fucking Earth somewhere. The bananas don't really have that.
No.
At this point.
Yes. Because I'm pretty sure they don't have to put in a banana or anything like that to make it send emails back in time.
No, you don't need that.
So.
You don't need that at all. Doesn't matter. Anyways. Let's continue. Again.
Which I guess means that...
今日の第66回円卓会議は以上だ
66th round.
解散
Dismissed. When did we have 65 other round table conferences?
I don't know. Maybe before the game.
No, I think he just came out with that number immediately.
Okay. I don't know.
Honestly.
What was I thinking?
I don't know.
I guess we have just gone in a different direction compared to CERN when it comes to what we're trying to send through.
Yes, we have. They're realistic, be like, yeah, there's no way we would ever be able to get humans sent back in time, so let's just work with the thing we can send back in time right now. Yeah.
今のって円卓会議だったん知らんかった
Not so much
しかも
confused.
66
I
回っ
have
て
questions.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
円卓だろうがなんだろうがどうでもいいわ帰ってシャワー浴びて寝るマヨシーはもうすぐバイトなのです
Yes.
I'm incredibly tired too. Let's just sleep today.
You wish you could do that, huh?
I don't know. I have stuff I want to do.
I know.
I haven't played WoW in days.
Well, you have been tired.
I've been tired, yeah. I for reasons I have been unable to do it, and it annoys me because I want to play. But when I lie down, I find myself unable to sleep. Tankemüller. Possibly. I assume he's at least like thinking a lot about a lot of different things.
Oh, maybe he just has adrenaline running.
Could be adrenaline. Could be anxiety.
I don't think this guy has anxiety quite yet. Not that I would ever call what he's going through or something,
Well,
develop anxiety from, because it's real. It's very real. Let's just say like that.
I was mostly thinking of, after reading all the reports from Jellyman reports and stuff like
He
that.
doesn't seem to be too bothered about that.
He was bothered.
He was bothered. He's like, can I really let that stand? And then he's like, back to his usual persona. But it's not as close to him.
Okay, curiosity.
Yeah, curiosity. He's like, what can I do with this?
My curiosity grows ever stronger. Although, deep inside, I fear that we may have stepped into the realm of darkness.
Darkness!
Eternal darkness. Gosh.
Suddenly this turned into Kingdom Hearts.
Gosh. We've built a machine that can send emails to the past.
Wow.
it's like a dream, but it's real, and it's ours. What is a dream that is real? Isn't it just reality?
But what is real in a dream?
What?
And I'm just fucking with it. This is Kingdom Hearts, sorry.
Oh.
Sora does that in the first game. He says something and then he says the the inverted way of saying it. So I just did that.
Oh, like with yesterday when we were playing Our Life, it was like daydreaming, but wait, no, it's night, so it must be night dreaming. But wait, isn't that just dreaming?
Yeah. That's childlike dumb. Well,
Yeah.
also, fair. Sora was like 11 years old when he said this in the game. I'm pretty sure he wasn't very old, so fair enough. It is just a weird thing. The thing he says is also just weird in general.
Yeah. Are you done, Aiko? Yeah. And do something else.
Stretch. Yeah. Oh.
Possibly going to get some food or some water.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. As I start thinking of ways to use it, my imagination spreads out to infinity and beyond,
Yeah.
driving the last vestiges of fear from my mind.
Be gone, fear. It's more interesting than it's fearful. That's basically him in a nutshell.
I don't.
Oh, I remember this scene. It's now. Oh, it's gonna be great.
Oh, Jeebus. Okay. Well,
This is one that will leave you more confused than ever.
I don't think it's a good quality to have as a scientist, where your curiosity makes you no longer afraid of what you're doing.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. That's why he fucks around and finds out.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's how you end up doing things that are illegal.
Unethical.
On it. Well,
Like CERN is doing.
unethical and
Unethical is also illegal.
By
It's defined unethical. It's by definition illegal.
something can be unethical without being illegal.
In a country like Japan and France, no. Because
guess.
there's an ethical committee that decides what is unethical and what isn't. So, therefore, if it's unethical, it's also illegal.
Where am I? You. Who?
Me?
Me?
You? Us? We? They? I?
Sir?
Sir?
イベントホライゾンを超えた場所
You're like, what the fuck is happening right now? That is everyone when they saw this scene.
How are we seeing things if we are beyond the event horizon?
Don't worry
We
about
should
it.
not be able to see anything.
Don't worry about it.
It at least wouldn't look like this, that's for sure.
時間と空間の役割が入れ替わった場所
Uh-huh. The sight is breathtakingly beautiful.
I say this, I'm naked! I just find it funny. Why did he have to be naked in that scene? That makes no sense.
'Cause dreams are weird.
I suppose. No, many people theorize this isn't actually a dream, but that's another point entirely. Nobody knows really what this scene is.
However, one point in space lacks stars.
Yes?
In the place around him, I guess? What did you say? I stare at that point. Yeah, okay.
There it is!
Wait. Hang the fuck up. You literally said he had...
No! She asked if you were beyond. That's what it sounded like. Are you beyond?
No, it says you are beyond the event horizon.
That's not what it sounded like in Japanese. I don't know if it's a translation thing.
Okay, because the translation literally states that they are beyond the event horizon.
Yeah.
Which they weren't. They were just in space. They were close to the event horizon, but whatever.
Don't worry about it.
Ah.
You technically don't know what it looks like on the inside of the event horizon.
I'm falling through the sea of stars. Are you sure about that? If you're passing through the event horizon, then you're not falling
It's still
through
gonna
the-
feel like falling. Because you're going with immense speed, so no
No,
matter
I
what,
was-
it's gonna feel like you're falling.
I was talking about the Sea of Stars.
Oh.
That would no longer be a Sea of Stars. As
is
you
a
move closer...
This is a descriptive text, alright? It's just how he feels, not necessarily what is actually going on.
I'm just saying.
No!
But
You're misunderstanding what he's saying.
also, he hasn't said that he has passed through the event horizon. So yes, at the moment, when he's getting closer to the black hole, he is falling through the Sea of Stars. That is true. Until he hits the event horizon, then everything will go away.
Well,
So will he.
As I said, we don't know what is on the other side of the event horizon.
No.
We can't observe it from the outside, so the only way to really know is when you observe it from the inside. But nothing makes it out alive, so
Well, it's just... Well...
it's just immense speed.
Actually, when you pass the event horizon, because time and space switches, does things just stop?
Yes, very quickly.
So what you see,
Theoretically.
so what you're seeing at that point is the last thing you were looking at. Essentially,
I don't know if I would use those words, but close enough, I guess, yes.
it's like a snapshot of what you were looking at, kind of. So for them, it's just, oh, time stop, and they can't move around. Nothing happens. Like
Yeah, you're basically just internally moving closer to the singularity
yeah.
without ever reaching the singularity. It's a lonely world in there.
Yeah, that's weird. Because technically, you should be speeding up all the time.
Yeah, but because they changed place, you're not moving through space.
No,
Anymore.
no.
So physically, you're not really moving.
No, I understand that. But isn't that only because that's the theory we're using here? It's not necessarily how it is inside a black hole.
I'm pretty
We
sure...
only have theories about how it is in black holes.
You only have theories, yes, but in the real world, those are the same theories.
Yeah, that's not what I'm
But
saying.
yes,
But this is one of the theories that they are.
that is the main theory people have, yes. It's not one of them, it is the theory for this specific type of black hole.
Cause yeah, it's just yeah, we already had this discussion technically.
Yes.
Cause for Okabe, he will be falling towards the singularity
For all
forever.
of eternity, basically.
For all of eternity.
Yeah,
Essentially.
essentially, yes.
It is like what am I thinking?
It's like a reverse exponentiality.
Yeah.
That's the only words I can come up with.
Reverse.
Inverse.
This is not what it's called.
No. The
It,
inverse is logarithmic, so I suppose it's a logarithmic.
what is it? Outane. Exponential outane.
Descending?
Diminishing?
Descending?
Descending?
I don't fucking know.
No, I think diminishing. Exponentially diminishing.
That's
Wait.
why I said inverse. Or I said reverse, but I meant inverse.
No, wait. Exponentially diminishing could also be the... It specifically has to be concave. Is that what you call it? Like, if it's this way, No.
Yes, it would be concave.
It's... What is the opposite of concave?
Good question. I should know this.
So should I.
Well, I should know this because I literally have to know how the curvature of the spine works. Did I forget?
Like, typically when you're talking about exponentiality, it is always gaining,
Yeah.
or typically gaining. But there are 4 different ways you can set it up. Because it could be concave and concave. Oh.
No, but no, exponential function is always going to be concave. If you're looking at the other thing, you're looking at a logarithmic function.
No.
Yes.
No, because it all has to do with how it is pointing. Let's say pointing, or how it is positioned on the y-x axis. So, on the
No, because it can never go underneath 0.
Because if it goes from top
Yeah.
and down,
It's still concave.
it's not concave.
You're still concave.
No,
The movement, this is concave.
that's concave.
Yeah.
What is this then?
This? That is the opposite, but exponential function doesn't have that.
Exponential function has
No,
that?
that's a logarithmic.
No, it starts out slowly, and then it speeds up. That's exponential.
Not when it goes horizontally to down. That is a logarithmic,
Why?
because that's how a logarithmic works.
Why?
Exponential function cannot go beneath 0 in y value. It doesn't work like that. Because it's exponential. Mathematical rule says even if your x is 0, the exponential will still always be 1.
It's been too long.
You're thinking of a logarithmic, that's different.
Okay.
Because exponential can only really look like this or decaying. It says it's decaying.
Decaying.
Because it's a decaying basically. It's
Yeah,
going
decaying
through.
growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what you're thinking about is a logarithmic function. This is a logarithmic function. Because it can go below 0.
What about the other way? Where it starts at plus and goes down.
That would just mean that it would be
Like the opposite.
negative in nature.
This is just a negative logarithmic?
Because it does have, its opposites.
Like that one down there.
Yeah. But that is a 1 divided by x. That's an inverse function you're looking for.
But can it be up here? In the...
Well, if you plus some numbers, yes. But it definitely isn't in exponentials, because exponential also only works that way.
Anyways, what about like concave, opposite of concave?
Convex.
Convex, thank you.
Like your glasses. They're convex. Exponentials can only be concave.
Okay.
And logarithms
So
can only be
logarithms are
convex.
convex. Or what?
Logarithmics can only be convex.
Yeah. Okay.
The other one divided by x, is both. Because it has on both sides of a quadrant no matter what. When you define a function like that.
But wouldn't they still be concave, both of them?
No.
They're not pointing away from each other, they're pointing towards each other. So therefore they would be...
It's not how you define it. You define it how you follow the function.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I think I get what you mean.
That's at least how my professor to find it.
Yeah.
So I assume that's correct.
Have to assume.
Yeah.
No, I'm not falling. I'm being pulled. Pulled into a...
We make it 2 lines, and once again you're like, what the fuck? What now?
What is the difference between falling and being pulled? When we're talking about gravitational pull.
I don't know. Maybe he's just feeling it differently. It's a subjective thing. Does it matter that much to you what word he uses? This has nothing to do with physics. There's no right or wrong answer, Ramona, to this.
I have an issue with the fact that he's like, I'm falling. No, wait, I'm not falling. I'm being pulled. And I'm like, it's the same fucking thing, my dude.
It's not necessarily the same thing to the same person. You also gotta remember this is Japanese. The fuck knows. He probably used 2 different words that are slightly different.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It's a gravitational pull. Yep. What else? So yes, technically it is pulling, but we have defined on Earth that when you're moving towards the center of the gravitational pull...
From the Earth specifically, yes.
You're falling.
Mm-hmm.
But
here he's not necessarily being pulled into a celestial body.
It doesn't have to be a celestial body.
No, but that's the definition we pulled from falling. You could be pulled in other directions on Earth. You wouldn't be calling it falling if you're not going downwards.
That's why I'm saying you are falling towards the center of the gravitational pull.
Yeah, but not directly. Because you spin around it and then eventually you reach it. That's how black holes work.
Depending on your trajectory.
Yes. But usually. Very often. It's not a direct line there.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was going around and around and around.
Regardless, the use of word don't matter. You had a problem with it when he said falling, you had a problem with it when he said pull. Does it fucking matter? At all.
I didn't have a problem with him saying falling. I had a problem with the sea of stars.
You also had a problem with him saying falling.
No, I didn't. I never said that.
No, doesn't really matter. This is a subjective feeling he's feeling. He's describing what he is feeling. Whether it is true or not does not matter. It's his feelings. His sensation.
Yeah. I get that what he's trying to describe is that it's a force that is greater than the gravitational pull on Earth.
Yes.
Therefore it feels like pulling because we are used to the gravitational pull on Earth, which is why we're just like, oh, we just have this weight to us. Mm-hmm. This weight is purely based on the gravitational pull.
Yes. But that's not the point of what he's saying.
No. But if you increase the gravitational pull, it will feel like you're being pulled rather than just having a weight.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. Pulled into a rift of utter darkness from which not even light can escape.
Yep.
Yes, because it's faster than light of speed. It's fucking speed of light. Oh my god, light of speed.
Light of speed!
Now that's interesting.
Woo!
Light itself is but dust in my wake. That's a description.
I mean, how else are you gonna describe being sucked into a black hole?
But it's
hard to describe, right?
It's interesting with how they're showing, all the light passing by him and stuff like that. Because we don't know how it would actually look.
No, we don't know how it would look in there.
we can only really have ideas.
Yeah.
So
あんたは移動なんてしていない。
It fucking feels like it though! But it's true.
to whomst?
What?
They're saying that we aren't moving.
Yeah.
Is that
Okabe is not moving.
from our perspective?
Yes,
Or from their perspective?
from our perspective.
From our perspective.
Okabe is not moving, even if it feels like it right now. Because he's changed from space to time. Woo!
Why do I hear Christina's voice?
言ったはず。ここでは空間と時間の役割は入れ替わっている。あんたは空間を移動することはできない。
It's like a fucking
あ
pulsing
んた
heart.
の時間が延々と引き伸ばされているのよ。
Then why are you visualizing it like this?
Ah, that's just the anime, don't worry about it.
That makes no sense considering what you're telling us. I accelerate.
But not through space, through time.
Like, would he feel the pull? Would he feel that he's accelerating?
That
If
is
he's
a very theoretical question.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to say yes, but
think
he
so?
isn't moving.
Because time and space has changed, so he doesn't experience time in the same way, therefore he shouldn't be able to experience acceleration. or
No, but
being
he's
pulled.
being accelerated through time now instead of through space. He's still being pulled. It's just not through space, it's through time.
And is
This
that
is a question we cannot answer,
No.
because nobody knows.
No, but
So- According to them, apparently he can. That's all you need to know.
あんたの1秒が私には永遠となる。
Yeah.
what? I thought it was the other way around.
No? That's why he's stuck there for all eternity.
Now I'm confused.
遠くから観測している私には
Because
あんたは
I
停
thought
止しているようにしか見えない。
Yeah.
I thought that it was the person who entered the black hole where for them would feel like eternity. They would never hit. They would never hit the singularity because for them it is infinite amount of time that it takes before they hit it because of the way they experience everything. While for the observer outside of the black hole, it is an instant where they hit it. Because to them, they're seeing things normally.
I think you should see it more as outside the black hole, you have this second, then you enter the black hole, and that second gets stretched way, way, way longer than it normally would be. That's why it's not long for him as a perspective, but it's long for someone outside observing it.
Am I looping? No, that's not it. Is the end running away from me?
The fact that
That's
he
not
can
it either.
think here is amazing, because time would basically just, for him, be weird.
Yeah.
You remember in Versus Last Reward where your thinking was just slowed? It would kind of be like that, but just eternally.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of that idea.
Yeah.
I understand that. Stretching. What is stretching?
振り返ってはいけない。
What's the point of this?
永遠は無限ではない。
Don't worry about it.
Eternity is not If eternity is not infinite,
It
that
is close to infinite, but not infinite.
The definition of eternity is that it's infinite.
Yeah, but it's not. Speaking from physics standpoints. It never is. It's very, 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 very close to infinite.
時間が引き延ばされ続けようとも
No. Time stretches towards infinity.
Well, eternity is a
終わりは
time
存在
term
す
you
る
use. Eternity is a time term.
Yeah, the problem is eternity is infinity.
No?
Yes. It's the same thing. Eternity means forever.
It could also be very close to forever.
No, that's
Yes.
not how it's defined.
Sure. I don't feel like discussing this because it's clearly just a subjective discussion.
When will this second pass? Well, never.
時間と空間の役割は入れ替わっている
Back to this one. Seconds stretched out to infinity. Okay, now they're just fucking with me.
No, they're not.
1 second becomes 0.1 seconds. 0.1 seconds becomes 0.01 seconds. And so on. And so on. And so on. And so on. And continuing.
Yeah. And continues with all these numbers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna... When will I arrive?
Never.
Well... No.
No. Basically, never.
You'll get close,
Very close.
but you'll never reach it. You'll feel like you've reached it, but you'll never reach it. No matter how close I get, I can never reach. My body is telling me yes.
I hope not in that
振り
scenario.
返ってはいけない
I want to look back.
She just said no.
Why is he not allowed to look back?
I don't know.
What, is something chasing him? Is there a big spider?
Oh god, I hope not.
A big, like...
No, we're not describing how the spiders look. I don't want that image in my head.
Oh, I wasn't going to describe it any more than just saying space spider.
Don't want any description whatsoever.
Okay. I'm not sure what a space spider would be. Space spider... Chuck-buck! I want to go back. You can't go back. I can't look back. I can't go back. I face toward the thing.
The thing!
What is the thing?
Don't worry about it.
You're not telling me what the thing is, but it's apparently important. That's at least what I'm getting from that. Well, frozen for eternity.
You say nonchalantly.
They're fucking with me.
Why? They're not fucking with you.
Because they're saying eternity is not infinite, but they're using them interchangeably anyways.
No, when he was using infinity, he was talking about a second, which is an interval. When he's using eternity, he's just talking about time in general, which is not an interval. Therefore, the uses of them are different, and they're not fucking with you.
They're fucking with me.
No, they're not fucking with you.
Doesn't matter. I'm being fucked with. That's my decision. That's how I feel. Okay? And that's...
I get that, but I don't get why you're so hung up on it. It feels like it's ruining your experience. That's all. It's at least ruining my experience of how you're experiencing it. A lot.
Yeah. That's because I don't agree with what they're saying.
Because you're hung up on everything. Literally. We go 2 lines and then you're hung up on something else. That That's like, why
Because it goes against what I know. So I'm trying to figure out why they're saying it.
Yeah, but you don't have to. Sometimes when they just describe how they feel, you don't have to figure out why. That's just how they feel. Not everything is a meta-analysis. I understand the physics part. That's fine.
But
It's everything else.
it's also to do with the expectation.
I don't think this has anything to do with expectation. At all.
Should we continue or?
Yeah, we haven't reached a chapter.
Yeah.
Or a timestamp, I should probably say.
A timestamp. It's not really it. No. Yeah.
It's not a chapter, it's a timestamp. Yeah, it's gonna be quite a while until we reach
No,
the chapter.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I get why the timestamps are there, because they don't showing the time constantly.
Yeah.
So
They're there because they're in the anime.
Yeah.
Because you can't see the time constantly.
Mm.
Because it'll come be important later on.
And how would
Subjectively.
but
It'll be
the
become important.
timestamps generally indicate a change of scene?
Often they do, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's at least how I had understood it. Though sometimes they're like, timestamp immediately following.
Yeah. And that will become more apparent when we reach the latter half of the game, when time travel becomes more apparent. And you'll get to relive some of those moments.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying the timestamps will become more important as you get further in the game. That's why they're planned like that in the anime.
Okay.
Not all of them will become important, but a certain amount of them will definitely be important. It's like it's gonna be hard for you to remember the time, but technically, if you do remember the exact date and time for all of these, and then you go to the latter half of the game, be like, oh, it's that time! I've had this before! Kind of thing, right?
Mm. What a bad dream. Bright out. What time is it? That male demon again. I thought I told her to stop with the spam. I stare blankly at my phone's flickering display. My mind and body feel like lead.
Fair enough.
My phone vibrates again. It's like getting another email. There is a reserved knock on the door. I get up from the sofa, annoyed. I check the clock. It's 9 a.m.
Ah, that's you in a nutshell, isn't it?
I slept for over 15 hours.
Hello there, Boyka.
寝ていたのだ。
You're too early, my lady. Who comes at 9 a.m.?
I'm not one of them, but normal people.
Still rude. To come this early without a prior engagement.
Now that's a different thing. Yes.
I would say that's rude as fuck. But
Well, to her, she has.
she's mailed it, but she has not gotten an okay. Therefore, there's no prior engagement
Okay, sure.
in my head.
Okay.
But I'm sure in her head it was enough.
Yeah. Because her fucking social interactions suck.
Yeah.
I'm still half asleep. That was one hell of a nightmare.
You don't say.
Maybe I'm more shocked by the truth of CERN's experiments than I thought I was.
それで本当に IBN5100 を見に来たのか。
Alright, that's what she's here. Remember the IBM 5100?
Moika nods.
We got a couple of days ago.
We're face to face. Why is she sending me mail? Why are you still questioning this?
Yeah, I was just like, why are you still questioning this? Okame?
You should know her by now.
You questioned this before. I mean, technically, he's only known her, like, he's met her twice.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel
So
like you should. I feel
it's
like
not really enough to form anything. We know because it's a game, so it's gonna be like that. But out in the real world, it's meeting twice, where it's like maybe 10 minutes. It's not really much to form a how is this person really?
I guess.
But yes.
I've never seen anyone act like this before.
I mean, that's also true. Except for her.
Or maybe this is the curse of the Esper power known as Shining Finger.
Shining
見ないぞ
finger!
目の前にいるのにわざわざメールでやり取りするバカがどこにいるというのだ
Slap. He slapped her real hard there.
Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Besides, I don't have the energy to read each and every mail right now.
口頭で頼む
I mean, it's not like she can't speak. She's just very bad.
She just
at
has a hard time
it. Yeah.
doing it. It's easier for her to send emails.
Yeah. Sure thing, brother.
She's probably daunted by my aura of madness.
いい
Oh, now she's talking. Too bad I don't understand what she means.
What do you mean? I understood perfectly well.
わかるように頼む
You asked her if she was here for the IBN 5100 and she said, is that okay? Clearly means she wants to go in and see it. Whatever.
Remember, he's also half asleep.
Yeah, I know, he's half asleep.
So, he might not put
He can't
two
put
and
two and two together right now. His
Yeah.
brain is a jumble from that nightmare of a black hole.
IBN 5100見せてほしい
いいだろうしかし見せるだけだそして見たら帰るのだそれでいいか
I wanna go back to sleep.
I won't sell or lend it to her, no matter what.
Look at this beautiful machine right here.
That machine is critical to our hacking operation against CERN. The enemy. Is it Goto?
Yeah, it looks like it says Goto.
Okay. And lose?
I don't know. Maybe it says go to.
Maybe. Her eyes instantly light up, and she stares at the machine in fascination. She's really enraptured.
Damn.
Maybe she's not only a male demon, but also a retro PC maniac.
You were about to say machine.
After staring at the IBM 5100 for a few moments, Moika starts cheerfully typing out a mail. What an annoying woman.
I want to take a picture! Moika.
Screw it. It would be over in a second if she just talked.
無断撮影は禁止だどんなカメラで撮るのか教えてもらおう
The IBM 5100 is our secret weapon against CERN. Unless I place strict restrictions on photography, she might snap my picture when I'm not paying attention. I'm being chased by the organization, so I can't expose my face to the media.
Camera mode. That's what it's saying. It says camera mode. Gotta fucking love it.
まさかそれかその携帯の内蔵カメラで撮ると
Yes.
I thought she was doing a magazine article, but if she's using her phone... Something tells me she's not very good at her job.
You think?
At any rate, I'm starting to feel sorry for her.
OK だ。自由に撮ってもらって構わん。ただし、この俺の顔以外だ。もしも撮ったら、俺はお前の口を封じるしかなく。
Sure thing, puppy. You could also just, you know,
撮
destroy
る
the
つも
phone.
りないか
Don't
ら
have to silence her.
岡部
But
君
okay.
の顔は
I don't want your picture. I want a picture of the PC. Is he gonna be offended by that? Just surprised.
Moika immediately starts shooting the IBN 5100. "30 minutes later, Moika is still taking pictures.
That's a lot of pictures, my lady.
I can't go anywhere with Moika here. I know the IBN 5100 is too heavy for
you to keep yawning.
It's too heavy for her to carry, but still, there is no telling what this fanatic will do if I let her out of my sight." Suddenly I get another mail. What is it this time? So absurd that I have to go along with her tedious mail talk.
I want to borrow the 5100. Can I? Be great if you could help me carry it. Moika.
ダメだと言っただろう。いやいや待てい。なぜ貸すのが前提になっているのだ。
本当に
本当だ。
どうしても
どうしてもだ。
Once again, she does her thing, typing on her phone at high speed. Did that really have to be an email?
Can you at least tell me when you found it? Pretty please? Moika.
No fair.
Yeah. No fair.
いいかよく聞け。幻のレトロ PC IBN5100 はその主人としてこの俺法王院京馬を選び契約した。それが厳然たる事実。神ですら歪められぬ決定事項。シュタインズゲートの選択だ。
Sure thing, buddy.
Uh-huh.
そもそも契約において俺は一時的にこれの力を借りているに過ぎない。使い終われば元の所有者に返すことになる。
Moika, meanwhile, is staring at the floor in what I assume is defeat.
俺もそこまで鬼ではない。俺は俺の目的のためにこれと契約した。その目的を果たした後ならば次はお前が契約できるように元の所有者と交渉してやってもいい。
Aha. Contract. Sure. There will come a time when I return the IBN 5100 to Yanabayashi Shrine. At that time, Ragnarok will be over and the fate of the world will have been decided.
そしてラグナロックが勝利に終わろうと敗北に終わろうとこの法王院京馬の人生はその頃にはもう
Sure.
いや今の言葉は忘れてくれ。そんな先のことなど今は考えている場合ではないからな。そうさ。そんな先のことは。
How about you just shut up?
それより場所
Jeez. I had some good angst going there. She's just oblivious to the mood. Or you're just an idiot?
IBN5100 は柳林神社にあった。
Just then, I hear the door open and Moika twitches. Tweet.
Hello, Daru.
Guten Morgen.
Okay.
Guten Tag.
No, it's morning, so guten Morgen.
Yeah, I know.
It's only 9 a.m. Not daytime.
I know.
ずいぶん早いな。
Ever since university went into summer break, Daru has been coming to the lab
I heard that!
Carl's. In the morning, less and less. But then again, he's also been staying up all night more and more.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair,
昨
honestly.
日夕方から寝始めたからさ。朝5時に目覚めたぞなもし。ああ、暑い。午前中なのにこの暑さとかありえなさすぎだろ上皇。おかりん、そちらのエロセクシーな三次元女性はどなたでありますか？
Sure thing, Bobby.
ああ、紹介しよう。シャイニングフィンガー、桐生萌香だ。
シャイニングフィンガーだと？俺のこの手が光ってうなる？
うならない。だが能力者だ。
能力とかねえよ。
見ればわかるはずだ。こいつは間違いなく能力者だよ。
Yes, speedy
まあ
fingers,
いいや。
surely an escort.
よろしく桐生氏。
萌香よ。この男こそ俺のマイフェイバリットライトアーム、スーパーハッカーのダルだ。
Her expression hasn't changed at all. It's as if everything we say flows cleanly through one ear and out the other. And she was so eager to meet the super haka before.
おかり、まさかこの人にヤバいことでもしてたん？
No. No.
やばいこととはなんだ。俺たちは撮影をしていただけだ。
Oh god, no.
撮影だと？それをネタに脅し、
No,
ついに
no,
は性的
no.
エロゲノを現実に持ち込むのはやめろ。
させん。
Daru's jokes aren't helping.
あ、そうそう、電話レンジだけどさ、ちょっと改良しようと思うんだよね。ほら、今って結構めんどい手順が必要じゃん。 D メールを過去に送るのにさ。
Dude, we have a guest. She's not supposed to know.
Daru, you idiot!
Idiot.
How could you make such a basic mistake?
She's like, just now. What did you say about sending emails to the past? Monica.
聞き間違いだ。
いいえ、はっきり聞こえた。
I heard exactly what you said.
Moika's pretty persistent. She won't let me escape so easily. What should I do?
俺だ。まずいことになった。いや、そうじゃない。8号機の情報が第三者に漏れた。あ、分かっている。なんとかするさ。場合によっては口封じをしてでも食い止める。
Sure.
ああ、機関に知られるわけにはいかないからな。これがシュタインズゲートの選択だとしたらやりきれないな。案ずるな。地獄行きは聖戦の後と決めている。エル、夫妻、コングル。
誰と電話を？
お前には関係ない。
Absolutely no one, that's what.
Moika looks down and begins typing another mail.
UFB.
What the hell does that mean?
選べ。秘密を守ると誓うか、あるいは死か。今すぐにだ。猶予はない。他に選択肢もない。我がラボの秘密を知った以上、貴様には覚悟を決めてもらうぞ。桐生萌香。
wasn't even her fault. It was just Daru being an absolute
殺
idiot.
す。
貴様が事実を公表しようとするならばな、この狂気のマッドサイエンティスト法王院京馬をあまり舐めない方が身のため。
何？オカリンまた始まったん？桐生氏だっけ？オカリンのこれは一種の病気だから気にしないで OK。
Can't you see what's going on, Super Haka?
God damn it, I almost
こ
had
ういうの
her!
か。お前のうかつな発言のせいで電話レンジカッコ仮のタイムマシンとしての機能がバレてしまったのだぞ。
タイムマシン。
Oh shit, he
今
said even
オカリンの
more!
うかつな発言を。
This is awful. Everything that could go wrong has.
Because
How
you're
do I
fucking
recover?
teenagers.
First, I need to silence what?
てってるー。おはよう。あ、オカリン。タイムマシン実験する前にマユシンに唐揚げ温めさせる。
Everything's going wrong!
We're finished. It's possible to talk our way out of this one.
桐生萌子、すべて話そう。その上で
I'll tell you
たま
everything!
にがある。
Whatever! It's gonna go get to the drink.
There we go.
Yep.
震えよ。
Time to stop. It's been a while. No, it's because of my fault.
What? I didn't hear what you said.
I'm just saying that we've been streaming for a while, mostly because of my fault.
Yes, we have. Not as long as we have the other days, but it is late.
Yeah.
Alright. But yeah, with the way we're stopping here, I am pretty sure we're getting to a fairly significant point in the story.
Okay.
So, probably a good idea to save that for next time.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, remember to save.
We've come to the end of this stream.
Yep.
And, if you aren't following us, you could do so here on Twitch.
Yeah.
Because that way you will be notified when we stream. Because not only do we have our scheduled times, where we stream every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Central European Time, we also have unscheduled streams once in a while.
Whenever we feel like it.
When we got energy and time for it.
Yeah. And we do
And feel
whatever we want.
Yeah. And feel like we have something we want to play.
Yeah.
Otherwise, our YouTube channel. Personalized Space. Same name.
Yeah.
You can check out the VODs if you haven't seen the other streams.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also check out our pre-recorded series of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah.
Also, we have a highlight from a highlight video.
Sorry, I guess. Sorry.
Collecting highlights from January and February of this year.
Yeah. So you can watch that to see what kind of weird shenanigans we get into.
I think it's pretty funny.
What kind of stuff we do and what could happen.
Yeah.
We play the weird games.
Yeah. So you can go check that out. I think it's fun.
Mm-hmm. It's not very long either, so.
No, it's like 6 minutes or something like that.
Mm.
So our streams and videos are usually quite long, usually hours.
Yes.
So, but yeah. Anyways. Otherwise, we'll see you guys on Saturday
Yep.
for our next scheduled stream.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.